Anyways, here's to go around for a quick one shot of the Belgian GP here, with the F2 boys going around on a one-shot qualifying session here, because we do have a double header here. And right now, either one currently leads going to the first sector. Some quick settings here because let's quick reset. There we go. So going up a Rouge here, either one is currently got still pole position, followed by sliding Soko Braziers. They're going to enter the DRS straight here. And they're going to go down the straight here, either one here. It's interesting to see that cross country is only currently in P5. Usually a little bit of a faster driver than that, but 8,000 will hop into P1, either one will still hold it. It looks like Freddie falls down the order there. I wonder if he took it a little too conservatively going into that corner here. As either one is now currently in P1 position, but Soko Braziers is currently in second. Followed by Toss My Salad in third. As I now Toss is now going up to second position, as now he's down to third. So it looks like the pink cars here are 2 and 5. Actually, either one looks like he fell down the order, so I think he may have got a little squirrely coming out of that corner. Freddie and Cross are now working their way up through the order here. Something good you see from the Tier 1 and Tier 2 front runners, as Noah, I think, may have just crashed or invalidated his lap. So we're not running on board, but it'll be interesting to see what happens here. As Feed Depth's currently running up the rear of the field. So 8,000 still currently in P1 position as they're going to go through the fast ref right here of Sector 2, followed by Cross, Toss, and Freddie 1, 2, 3. As they're going to come around here into this left right here, right before Old Lady's house. As 8,000 gets a little bit almost too wide, that's going to be a spot where a lot of people may get invalidated during the race. As they're going to push out here, a lot of bad aero if you take it with a dirty air going to that corner here, but now they're on the long straight. 8,000 still currently leading the way, followed by Cross, Tommy in second, Toss My Salad in third. Timid currently in fourth with the late addition, was able to make it just in time, and it'll be in P4 and Freddie P5. As they're going to go through the last couple of corners here, 8,000 still leading the way. As they're going to go through the last left right here, Cross is able to overtake him with the corner, took a little bit more of aggressive a braking line. And it's going to be presumably 8,000 as long as the lap is clean. He will P1 as PB P1 if he can get it, and he will be P1 by well over 100 for the second. Cross Tommy in second, Toss My Salad in third, Timid in fourth, either one in fifth. And some of the field did just get invalidated. So Frank, did you see anything worth noting in that qualifying session? Did I try a quick rundown?
Nah, great performance from 8,000 RPM. He's continued his hot streak. 4 points for him.
Good. Yep, he's a little bit far away in the points. He's currently 5th in the standing, so I don't know if he can make a good charge here. But again, anything's possible if Cross gets some bad luck. But our championship contenders, 1, 2 is 2 and 3. So Cross and Toss, 2 and 3 currently in the stand. Well, 1 and 2 in the standings, 2 and 3 in the qualifying. So it'll be interesting to see how they fight going off the line. Freddie, the reigning UNF1 champion in 7th, usually hasn't done a lot of F2 practice, so we'll be interesting how he does through the field as well. So that will take care of one-shot qualifying here, and now we will head to the featured race of the Belgian GP. Let me wait for these couple seconds to end, as you can see the 1 through 14 on the field. So, Fretch, any drivers you're looking out for in this race?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Joey TG Games can do. He's been kind of running under the radar in this F2 league, but I think he's kind of recommitted himself to it with this Season 2 coming up. He's kind of been a guy on my radar that I don't think he's really popped up on maybe your or a lot of other guys in this league's drivers in this league's radar. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do, as well as Timbed is always really strong up there. We got Vice Shang in the session, so see what he can do.
You were able to rope Vice Shang into there. That's good to see.
Vice Shang is some good F1 2020 talent, so I always like seeing what Vice Shang can do.
The only man in UNF1 to have a perfect win ratio to start rate at 1-to-1. If he does race in Season 2, that record probably will go down, but unless he's faster than everyone in the league or has some really good luck. As we're waiting for the session to start here, it will be interesting to see if they take the softs or the medium, because it looks like the medium to soft is the stronger strategy, at least in the past 2 F1 races, than the reverse. As we take a look here at the tire situation, doing this one, everyone's starting on softs except for Noah. So they think a soft, in a 13-lap race, they think the soft and medium is a stronger strategy than medium to soft. So it'll be interesting to see. As we got a little bit of a long formation lap here, so remember they're going to have to keep those brakes nice and cool, and they're going to have to keep, I guess, warm, or get them the perfect temperature, along with the tires. So it will be interesting to see how, on such a long lap, they're going to be able to control it. Now, Fresh, I ask this every week, and I like asking this every week. Since you did a practice session with these F2 cars, how do they feel around this circuit?
It's pretty challenging in these F2 cars. It is rewarding when you nail a lap, because it is such a long lap. But there's really just so many points on the circuit where you can lose time, and when you're competing with talented drivers in this league where the margin of errors are so small, to get a pole lap like 8,000 RPM just did, you really have to string a nice lap together and nail like every sector, and so it's a long lap, and you have to really maintain the concentration, which I say every week, but it's really something that's true.
No, it is, because in this league, there's some good qualifiers and some slow qualifiers, and some that are bad during the race and the reverse. So some people just don't do well in qualifying, some do, and you have to be on the ball. If you don't qualify well, it's okay, but you're going to have to put yourself in, you're going to have to do double hard in the race. Or if you're a great qualifier and not that good in the race, you better hold on to your life. You have to try to find a nice middle round. But 8,000 has been in good form of late recently. He started off kind of in the midfield, and then after that good battle with Toss in Britain, he's been on a tear, it seems, of late. Now, knock on wood, because don't want to jinx him, but if you're, because tomorrow we have our UNF1 draft, so if you can see where he decides to take a teammate, because he has a relatively high selection, so I'm wondering if anyone's kind of talked to him trying to get his services signed for the season. But anyway, as we come around for the last bit here, some of the drivers do not seem to go under the formation lap, or at least are really going slow, like Feed Def and Noah, so we'll do a quick rundown of the grid, as 8,000 will be leading off in pole position, Cross Tommy in second, Toss My Salad in third, Timid in fourth, I the One, aka Crudity, in fifth, Just Jose in sixth, Freddy Too Real in seventh, Slotty Bang in eighth, Joey TJ Games in ninth, Silencer in 10th, The Donsta in 11th, Vice Shang in 12th, Soko Brazy in 13th, Feed Death TV in 14th, and Viper Noah rounding out the field in 15th. So now, I guess there's kind of some strategy here, because since Noah and Feed Death are so slow, they're going to be sitting here, and their brakes and the tires are going to get colder and colder because of it. So, I'm just saying right now, either they're playing some bad sportsmanship, or they don't know how formation line works. So it'll be interesting to see how many drivers, because it's not technically illegal, but it will be kind of interesting to see how they handle the situation as they have to sit here and just wait. As now Feed Death and Noah are going to come around the last corners. I think Tim is also back there too for some reason, but as we now wait for them to finish up here, as they're about to
yeah, it's interesting to note that Toss My Salad just came into the game party chat, and he's kind of mentioning what you said there. He's like, to the back markers, can you please go faster on the formation lap? My tires are freezing right now.
So there'll be some interesting words in the paddock as we have the fiber lights. Now we gotta wait for the grandma to plug in the lights, and then we'll get the go. And
it is
waiting.
Oh,
now we're
and
going.
Away we go.
8,000 gets a good start going into corner one here, but Cross not gonna let him get away too far. Here's gonna try something on the outside. Timid with a late lunge. It looks like everyone made it relatively good through the back there. It looks like someone did go wide. Give you a bad angle there. I think everyone is relatively good. We got a little bit of bungee in the back, as they're all kind of sodding in here. We got a battle here for seventh with Freddy getting
part of the pack goes in clean.
Yep, everyone's done relatively good here. No crashes, no spins going into that position. Looks like everyone's going to be in the battle here. Soko Brace 4 wide, it looks like behind us. We got Slotty, Joey, Slow, and Freddy all fighting for 8 here. There's going to be a lunge going to the corner, it seems. As it looks like Freddy's going to hold up position. We got a little bit of a stack up going up high at the grid. It looks like Toss pushes 8,000 wide as Timmy gets a little loose and almost hits Fai Shang. As we do have a yellow flag sector 2, I think someone may have went off. I think that was the Donster, so we won't cut to it because I think it's a one-off spin. But Cross takes the lead of this race as all this bungee was happening.
Timbet's fallen wide. He's caused a little bit of a collision there. He lost positions. He's trying to make up for it now.
He's getting
feels
fought
himself
by Joey.
slipping.
Yep, he's getting fought by Coachy Games. He's able to push him a little wide. Death gets time play. Soko races, sends Joey TJ Games into the wall. I think that was Joey TJ Games. It was.
Yeah, it was Joey. It was Joey who's gone in the wall. He saved it nicely. I don't know if he's got any wing damage.
He did hit that wall kind of
See,
hard,
as we move up the pack, we've still got such a tight fight up front. Cross Tommy has pulled a little bit of a gap to 8,000 RPM and see if he can close it.
As going to go up to this corner here, we have the yellow flag sector 2. I think we got a little bit of bungee lunge. I think that may be someone going slow. It looks like Timid doesn't have a wing anymore. He has no wing. Or, no, he does. Never mind. He looks like
there must have been an incident with Timbet and Donce's. Donce looks like he's without a wing too at the back of the pack there at 15th. Wow. Four-way fight down here at the back of the pack. Oh, was Noah and Joey kind of getting to a little bit of a tussle.
we got three-way battle here. It looks like it's going to be a race. Noah is currently on the medium, so he's changing his strategy up to everyone else. Cross time, he does set the fastest lap of the race. As we got a battle here for 7th, 6th, and 5th. Freddie is around Bai Sheng. Bai Sheng going to try to possibly make a move going to corner 1 here. He'll think better of it, and he'll just slot him behind for right now. As Freddie goes a little bit too deep, and that's going to allow Bai Sheng to go around the inside and possibly open the door for just Jose to make a move as well. To go up through the rouge here, I think Jose will think better of it because it would be kind of silly to make a move through rouge this early. But he's going to try to maybe capitalize and go around here. He's going to get a good exit. Oh, someone went wide! Oh, Soko Brazy just eats the wall, and he's out of this race, and it could be a safety car depending on where he's parked. They will not throw a safety car. No, there's a safety car. Never mind. Late call, as Freddie just kind of shoves Jose, or they kind of tangle, and Jose spins under the safety car, and they will give a penalty to Freddie. So it looked like...
Oh, that's a 5-second for Freddie for severe collision. As Jose falls all the way down to P11, that's unfortunate for our rookie F2 driver.
It looks like Noah is going slow on track, or some drivers are stopped on track.
Yeah, we got a little bit of the overtake glitch going on there, probably most likely.
I don't think we ran over the UNF1 overtake rule with them, but in the UNF1's case, it's supposed to just keep going. Penalties will be removed later if it's deemed that game pedaling. But I guess that rule wasn't run over with them, so I don't know much we can do. But anyway, as Cross Tommy is probably not happy about that, he had a big gap to toss an 8,000. At least it's a relatively good gap. And now that's all for naught in that situation. Now here's the second question. Who else is probably kicking himself is Noah, because Noah's on mediums. The softs will not make it 11 laps. The mediums could make it 11 laps. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if anyone decides to lunge down pit road here, because I'm not 100% if the mediums can make it, but I feel like they could make it. But it will be interesting to see. So, and we got to see if anyone tries to run, I guess, try to pit here and make advantage of this. So let's see, does Cross make a lunge here? He will not, but 8,000 will. It looks like either one will also pit. Vice Shang, Freddie obviously probably get that penalty serve. Slotty, Jose, Jeff, Timid, and I think Timid as well. And I think that will be it, unless some of the back markers that are really far out the pack will pit too, but they will gain no advantage. So it looks like
so Noah has really capitalized off this whole situation.
He does, but the problem is he's on mediums. So I think the mediums could make it to the end. I'm not.
I think he's gonna have to make another pit stop. That's in his strategy for sure. But he was at P15, so he could be seeing like a pole in the sprint race off of this.
True, that is correct. Because the only drivers to stay out, the only drivers to stay out are Silencer, Noah, Toss, and Cross. Everyone else is thrown down pit road. So I think who's right now in the catbird seat is either one, who's currently on the. If he can make those mediums last, he's currently de facto P1 because everyone else is going to have to pit. But if I was Toss myself, maybe they didn't want to stack the drivers, but I would have tried something different, to be honest. Because right now, you're 7 points behind Cross. If Cross jumps down pit road, I stay out, or vice versa. You're trying to get points on them, and I think they both have relatively good speed, but switching up strategies maybe allow you the ability to, per se, change it up and try a different strategy. But I guess Toss doesn't think his mediums can make it, so it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, Bai Sheng also, who was getting pretty fast in the UNF1 race he did Britain, is currently in 6th, so either one's going to have to drive for his life. Anything you see was they are currently trying to stack up? Anything else you'd like to note during that pit stop cycle, Fred?
No, I think we got it all covered. Be interesting to see what Cross can do on the safety car restart.
Yeah, we probably will have one more lap around here. Kind of stinks that around one long circuits with the slowest cars in this game. Well, I guess not technically the slowest, but if we're talking F1, F2, yeah, slower. So, as 8,000 gets a 3-second time penalty for, I was going to assume cutting, or maybe it could have been something with overtaking, but it just said multiple warnings on my screen, so I'm going to assume that means cutting. So as we take a look at the penalties here, Silencer, either one, 8,000, Freddy, Slotty, V-Death, Dadansa, and Just Jose all have time penalties. So they're going to need some luck to go their way with drivers that don't have time penalties to get some in order to bring them back in this race. As Cross actually just jumps down pit road. I think he may have got the late memo, but now he's going to go to the very far back of this longest line here because of that late decision. So, I mean, I guess it's better late than never, but unless he's trying to play the game, he doesn't think mediums are going to make it 10 laps, so he wants 9-lap fresh mediums. So I think...
I'm wondering, maybe just... He did mention the lack of practice that he's had this week. Maybe just that was a strategy blunder on him, or maybe you're correct, but he's falling he's going to fall to the bottom of the pack here. So
yep, he's probably going to get out just before Jose, and that's about it. It'll be interesting. Yeah, he'll get ahead of Jose, but he's going to have to pass the whole field if he wants to get back in this. Unless he's, again, maybe doing a Noah strategy where maybe he wants to try to at least get as far up as possible, and then be like 7th or 6th, and then be in a good spot for race 2. So anyway, Tossmus out will inherit the lead, and he will stay out, because the safety car will be coming in this lap, so he will stay out, and Noah and Silencer will have to pit as well, but it'll be interesting to see. They're going to have to drive hard, and then get as much of a distance as possible on the pit stop boys, so when they come out with enough distance they can run them down. As Just Jose has now retired, so Cross will jump him in position. I think he may have... because it doesn't look I didn't see any crash happen. He's just stopped on circuit, so I'm going to assume he retired on track. So before his first UNF1 race, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble unless he did crash, because we weren't really watching. Did you see what happened, Fretchy?
No, I didn't get a chance to see what happened, but I think he may have bent it, or he may have just DNF. Not sure.
As now he's left the session, so I'm going to assume he's probably not happy regardless of what happened. So anyway, as safety car is going to come around the last couple corners here, as we await, I'm going to assume again it's coming in this lap. If it's not, Toss may have a chance to rectify his decision, but nope, it is in this lap, so he's going to have to live with the decision he made, or he's going to have to lie in the bed that something's happened. Because he can't say that on the airwaves.
And Jose's just come in. It was a spin. He spun out in the chicane.
Okay.
He lost the rear of the car and DNF'd on the wall. That's unfortunate.
So there will be no pedaling. It's just kind of a public shame that he did that. So he's not going to be the happiest with himself. And
a little bit of a George Russell at Imola.
I was going to say that, and he's going to have to just kind of pick himself up. And if he does come back for Italy, we'll have to rethink that strategy here.
Yeah, credit to him though. These two cars.
I don't want to cut you off, but Weissing just got a 5-second hitting in the back of 8,000.
Yeah,
8,000
everyone is bunched up into the bus stop chicane. A couple of cars topping. You got to be careful. And he says, "We go green. We're going green this lap."
Yep, we are going green this lap. As it looks like right now, Weissing and Freddie's going to get the jump on Weissing. I don't know if Weissing. Actually, it's not Weissing. Sorry, that's 8,000. So it's going to see if 8,000 may have got a little bogged down there. They're going to get a little wheel-to-wheel here. They may go side-by-side up Rouge here. And if they do have a little bit of incident, it looks like Feedef may be able to make a move. Oh, 8,000 gets Ricardo loose, and he takes out Feedef.
Slotty Bang!
Slotty Bang. Sorry, both cars were kind of close there. My mistake, it was Slotty Bang. That is not good. Freddie's going to get enough time penalty, but I think that's the least of his concerns. As Tossmus able to get a good distance, so we do got to fight in the midfield here. As it looks like a little bit of a breakaway because of that. Well, it looks like Feedef's going to try to make a move on Freddie. And he will. They go a little side by side. They touch a little bit. And it's going to cause Feedef to go wide. He's going to have to see position. As Freddie gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
Yeah, Freddie decided to just save his race, to stay out of that there, save his race, and just think about the long term on that one.
As he's going to be limping around here, so I think he's going to get a little wing damage. So he's going to be kind of a sitting duck, per se. Oh, as Timid's around too. He just lost going on that the right end sector 2, this middle sector 2. As he's going to be taking the downboard of Freddie here, see if he's got wing damage. He doesn't have a certain wing pad on his left side, so yeah, he's going to have to probably pit to get that fixed. And he now gets another 3-second time penalty, and he's up to 12 seconds with the time penalties. So anyways, we kind of look, they're kind of a little bit spaced out because of that collision between 8,000 Freddie and Slotty. They are a little, as I think that is the Donson just loses it on his own.
Yeah, Donson lost it.
On his own, so nothing really happened there. So anyway, I guess this is kind of good though for Toss, Noah, and Donson is now retired. I mean, retired on circuit, so that may be a penalty waiting for him. But so, Oh, now we have a VSC, so that actually could help Freddie, because Freddie can come down and pit and fix his wing without losing too much time. If I was Toss, I'd be pitting, and he is pitting. So Toss gets lucky with the VSC coming out, and he won't lose as much time as he would if he pitted under green. And Noah, though, will not jump down. So I don't know what Noah's thinking, but I guess Noah thinks he can get enough of a distance that he'll be fine. As now Freddie gets a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Silencer. As now we are green under the VSC, and Freddie has now retired from the race. It's just calamity day for Freddie, and we are now down to 10 runners. So everyone will be getting points because of the retirements, as a couple drivers have gone down pit road to fix damage, and Slotty Bang has now retired, so now there are 9 runners, because he's retired down pit road. So anyway, Noah, you got a battle here for the top 3 here. Vice Sheng's in the back of either one. Either one's in the back of Noah here. We got a battle for the lead. Noah's on the older mediums, while either one, Vice Sheng, are on the fresher softs. As Vice Sheng looking to try to make a move here around the inside. He's going to think better of it, and it's not really a corner where you can make a pass. But you do have the yellow flag sector 1 and 2. Across, Tommy's out. What is going on today? Something must be in the water. I was riding on board with the top 3. Did anything happen up front, mate? Did you see anything, Fretch?
No, it looks like he lost it in the turn 4 there, but it's interesting. I think our driver was having a tough day with the circuit. Spa is pretty technical, then. I don't know. I guess they're just having a tough time with these F2 cars. It's kind of reminiscent of our season 1, round 1 here at Spa in the F1 cars, where we had I think 6 or 7 DNFs.
You could say a bad omen, if you will, around Belgium, as the clouds are getting darker. So maybe rain on the way too. Just make things a little bit worse, or better if you are watching at home.
Yeah,
so anyway,
see now, Silencer is pretty much guaranteed.
As either one's making a move on Noah, going into the final sector here, but can't finish the deal. Noah will get him around the outside with a little switchy back. But that's going to leave the door for Vice Sheng to make a move. As Vice Sheng and either one touch wheels, but it's going to allow Vice Sheng to possibly not get a good enough exit. He won't be able to make a move here. He looked like he could have tried it going to turn 1, but with the little wheel touch, he was a little too squirrely, and it's not going to be able to make a pass. But he's got a good run off the turn 1 here. He's going to get a good run up to a Rouge. He may be able to make a pass. Will he even try going into a Rouge? That would be a risky move, especially these cars. He'll think better of it, and he gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting a Rouge. But he'll sit behind, maybe try to make a move. DRS is now enabled, so Noah should be a sitting duck here. As he is, either one will get by, and Vice is going to try the same move, and he will, and they both will clear Noah going to the next corner here. Well, I think that he has cleared Noah, so now it's either one in P1 and Vice in P2 and Noah in P3. So anyway, we got a good battle here for the lead, but Noah's still going to have to pit. And then Vice and either one probably may or may not. It's going to be interesting how the tires, how long they go. They have 3 less on Noah. So anyway, either one is currently still P1. As we work our way for the rest of the field here, you're not missing much in the back. Joey has kind of got to come. He's 8 seconds off Noah. Timid is a second off Joey, and Feed Death is 3 off of him, and Toss is 6 off Feed Death. So not much else happening in the back. This is the closest and clearest battle we have on track, so that's why we're currently watching the top 3 here fighting around this circuit. As they're going to go through this fast right left where it's very bad with the dirty air here, so if you're not careful, you may send it a little bit wide and clip old lady's house, which she probably won't be too happy if you do. So anyway, as they go through the straight here, as Feed Death gets...
This is going to be a great battle to watch, actually, Pepsi. Crudity, a.k.a. Either One, which is a terrible name change, by the way. Just wanted to point that out.
You call me passive-aggressive sometimes.
Josiah. I'm just kidding. But Vice Sheng is really on the back of him now as he activates the DRS. Let's see what he can do here.
Either one sets the purple fastest lap there, but Vice Sheng did show signs of poking, so I think Vice Sheng and either one are around the same pace levels at least. So it'll be interesting to see. But Noah has lost a little bit of touch. He will be out of DRS range, so we'll see if Vice Sheng will have DRS. Definitely try to make a pass here, and either one stay close and stay with him. They go up Rouge here. Either one kind of takes a little bit of it. I wonder if he got a warning for that. He's going to get DRS. You can hear him activated it. And he's going to go around the outside here. Give him a nice little squeeze if he can. And he will get the pass clear. And he will take a position going in the end of Sector 1 and the fast purple one. But either one laid on the brakes. He went aggressive there knowing that he tried to keep it. he could have waited and maybe waited by, but maybe he thought that if Weisheng gets ahead a little bit too much, he's going to lose touch. So maybe he was lunging there, but it felt a little too aggressive there to throw a lunge when he could have just stuck behind him. As Weisheng's around! Oh, he's got back into the nope, ghosting's on. Sorry, remember ghosting's on. A little bit of a mistake there, folks.
That's a lottery ticket right there for either one.
Weisheng just lost it, and he's now going to have to limp around with no damage. That's actually going to help Timid, Joey, Feedef, Toss, and Silencer. So either one is currently in the lead, and he's not going to have to pit again, because Noah will have to make another pit for a tire compound, so he can just coast. He's got 7 seconds on Timid. He can save those tires. Right now, either one is in the catbird seat, you could say. So anyway, yeah, as Timid's down P3, actually getting hounded by Joey here. So for the final stop of the podium right now, Timid and Joey are fighting for the last step on the podium right now. As Weisheng gets a 3-second for another cut, but that's kind of understandable when he has no wing. As Feedef, the reserve driver throughout the UNF Tier 2 list, is going to try to make a move as Weisheng goes right. Oh, and they collide! Oh, that's all on Weiss there. He went in the sand pit, came back on the track, and he took Feedef with him, and we have a VSC. This is just not good. Noah now jumps down pit road, expecting he has to get on the VSC. This is just a calamity race. As Joey's also going to pit, even though I think he's already pitted once for a set of tires, if I'm not mistaken.
This has just been an absolute bad day for F2 teams here. It's just cost a lot of money for the teams.
Yep. As Joey's already pitted once, though, so I guess he wants to go on a set of tops in the end, maybe try to go for the fastest lap. Yeah, so we'll see what he does here. But yeah, either one is currently in the catbird seat. That's 100% right. He's 10 seconds up on Timid, and Toss, who, I gotta point this out, Toss looked dead in the rights when he did the pit right away, but now that Cross is P9 locked, he's currently P3. He's gonna get a great point stay out of this, even if he crashes. He'll definitely pass Cross Tommy regardless, even if he crashes. So if I'm Cross right now, I'm sweating because Cross is now going to be, he's going to be P9 for the sprint race too, so no advantage gained. Because Weisheng, even though he crashed, will get pole position for the sprint race coming up next in a few laps.
That's a good point, Pepsi.
And Weisheng did have some good speed, so we'll see what he can do in a few laps time. But anyway, either one currently in P1, Timid in P2, Toss in P3. Noah's only 3 seconds behind, and he has the freshest off, so it's not right home yet for Toth, because if Noah does have speed, he can try to catch him and make a move. Joey 5th and Silencer just happy to be here in 6th. Just hoping for more carnage, maybe trying to Olivia Panis this and possibly win when everyone else has issues. But yeah, we don't have any battles on the track here to cover because everyone's kind of nice and spaced out around a very long circuit. So we'll just try to cover things as it happens, I guess.
It'll be interesting to see what Noah can do, if he can maybe catch Toss My Salad and get a podium as he sets it. Oh yeah, he's just set a purple sector 2 on my screen. I don't know about you, Pepsi, but it looks like Noah's flying right now.
But he did just pit, so this won't be his flyer lap. That will be the next lap that will count. So, but it does show that he does have the pace in those softs. So, yeah, he's already gained about half a second into Toss's time. So, yeah, he's definitely going to, well, looks like he lost a little under braking there, but he's gaining a good amount of time into his percentages here, so he will catch him assuming the pace he's going when he ends his race. The question is hoping he doesn't use up all his crap, though, or all his tires. And
yeah, I was just going to mention that too, yeah, push a little bit too hard, and by lap 13 kind of be left hanging.
Yeah, and you don't want to burn all the rubber here, because it's a long circuit with those softs, but right now he's on the road getting that podium spot. So anyway, again, not much yet. So that's basically what we'll be covering here, because only the 6 drivers, not much to cover. Now I know how they felt.
Since we got this time right now, kind of everyone's not really battling for positions. What do you feel is going to happen tomorrow with Season 2 of UNF1?
It will be interesting to see. We have strong fields in Tier 1 and Tier 2, so it will be really interesting to see what happens. And I think Tier 2 has got a stronger front of the field, if that would make sense. And then the midfield's strong too, but it feels like where the tight battle's going to be, it's going to be a very, like, I guess you could say 2010 F1 season, where a lot of those top drivers are fighting for the championship. While Tier 1 will also have a pretty congested top of the field as well, but the midfield will probably even be more like competitive, more cutthroat, you could say, because they're going to be fighting over less points. And it's going to be kind of like, it's going to be like the 2020 season where if one driver wins, they can put themselves in a nice position for the rest of the season. So I think regardless of whatever tier you're in, you're going to have to fight for every point you get, and can't take anything for granted. If you miss a round, unlike in like the last season of UNF1, where if you missed a round, like Freddie missed a couple rounds, but he was so good with his times and his percentaging, never finishing no worse than 5th, that he was able to be able to hold on those 4 rounds, because a lot of the drivers that he was fighting missed a couple rounds as well. So it will be, but with a lot of these drivers showing up day 1, you're not going to be allowed this ability to relax, per se. As Noah just sets the fast lap of the race. As now he's only half a second behind Toss Without with 2 laps to go. So he's not going to be DRS race this lap, he'll be in DRS race next lap. Well, while we're chilling for the brand here, I also like to point out as well that at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, there will be the UNF1 draft streamed on this exact same channel, where the Tier 1 and Tier 2 drivers will draft the, well, I guess say Tier 1 and 2 drivers will draft their team and their teammate. The rules are on the Instagram page, which Freddie posted a nice little graphic for, where he can go over the rules. So go check out the UNF1 Instagram page. It should be in the About section of the channel, and you can read up on the rules here. It's going to take a little bit more time to explain on air. And then after that, we have the inaugural Tier 2 and Tier 1 race. So I hope you join us as well for that as well. I will be on the call for Tier 2, and Trav will be on the call for Tier 1. So anyway, again, Timid closed a little bit of gap on either one, but not enough he's going to catch him in 2 laps. Toss is not really gaining or losing anything on either one, so I think he's set in P3. Noah is currently going to hound him as Joey TJ game gets a pedal lead, but he's way too far behind Noah that will matter.
Wow. Noah looks like he's gaining a lot of time right here in this start of this 3rd sector. We'll see if we're going to see a fight for the podium right now between Toss and Noah, and see if he can pull it off.
I do like to point one thing out though. Right now, either one has a 3-second time penalty, so if Timmy could get within 3 seconds, he could take the win. He's now 5-6 behind, so it's not unreasonable, but he's going to have to find 2 seconds at a time. As Noah's
just slid into DRS range, yep. I knew you were about to say the same thing, sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine, man. I think I've been kind of leading the conversation here, so we'll let you get some touches in as well. Mate, give you the ball, give you the rock.
I'm like Tony Pollard of the Cowboys, just never getting the rock, man.
Yeah, you gotta give it the rock.
I'm almost here like a viewer, just kind of enjoying Pepsi's commentary. I gotta remind myself to kind of butt in sometimes and give in some helpful information for you.
We do have a good dynamic duo here, as it looks like Noah takes a good route. He's a little wide there. I hope he doesn't get a penalty. Well, maybe got a warning, but now he can give him a penalty, as he's just going to be too far back here to make a lunge, and he's definitely going to get more time on him here. So maybe setting him for a last lap pass. He's going to be more aggressive in the brakes. He's got that fresher rubber. And yeah, he's going to be handing the back to Toss. I hate to say this, but Toss, this is your moment. This is your life, Toss. If you want to have a chance in the championship, you're going to have to hold off Noah, because 3 is worth more than 4. So
yes,
Noah goes
excellent point. He goes way deep, Noah. But let's see what Toss can do. As you pointed out, this is his fight for championship points. He's only 6 points, I believe, behind Cross. And right now he needs every point he can get, as Cross is DNF from this race and won't be gaining anything. Noah, I think these softs are just kind of falling off the cliff, as we stated when he first pitted for them.
Correct, as now he's kind of worked too much, or maybe he's not getting those good exits. He's only been 3 laps. You know he's pushing as much fuel he has on the car. As I'm trying to look
might just be feeling that desperation right now.
It looks like the tires are warm, at least when I look at the steering wheel. It does look like the tires are around good temperature, so maybe he'll push it a little. But he's going to have, he's still in a second though, so he's going to have to get probably within half a second going up a rouge in order to have a chance to make lunge. And right now he's doing okay, but it looks like his car's at least a little bit better on the straights, but Haas is able to hold it well in the corners. As we do set the final lap here, as I like to point out, if either one comfortably holding position right now, but Noah gets a good exit here, he's going to be still not within half a second though, but I've been proven wrong with gaps. He does set a fast sector 3, so it'll be interesting to see. He gets a nice corner here, doesn't go too wide, he's still, he's just barely out of a second. So
It just looks like Toss has a little bit less downforce on the straights. He's able to pull away a little. I think his setup is more geared towards the straights.
correct. As he's going to get a good run here, but he's just in the same gap he was last time. He's not going to be close enough to make a lunge here. So
if he's gonna have a chance, he's gonna have to keep it tight through sector 2 here, and then make a risky overtake in sector 3.
yep, because it looks like his best position is this upcoming corner here in the middle sector 2. It looks like that was his best chance. And Cash Bouncer gets disqualified for getting to the tire. That's not good on him. But anyway, he's going to make a move here. Don't go too wide this time. Toss goes actually pretty wide while Noah keeps it nice. And he's going to be able to keep it relatively close. So he's only going to be within half a second here. But it looks like Toss gets the better exit. So Toss, because he's within half a second, I don't think there's another DRS straight coming up. He's going to have to pass him on raw speed. He's going to have one more straight to do it. As Noah clips the corner, but gets a little bit too much of the rumble strip, and the core gets a little too loose. That's going to allow Toss to get the better exit here. As they're going to go into the next corner here, Toss gets the better apex. Noah kind of gets a little swirly and he's going to lose some more time. Yeah, Toss took that section better too, and Toss is getting all the time back he lost during that hard right where it's off hammer. As Toss takes the last corner here, goes by Old Lady's house, goes a little wide. Noah gets a better exit. He's going to have one lunge here.
Noah looks like he's finally gotten to the slipstream of Toss. I think he's going to be able to make a move coming down in the bus stop chicane.
Correct. He's only with 4, 3.
Oh,
still
he
3.
is.
Toss goes wide a little bit.
He's going to the outside, Noah.
Here we go.
Oh.
Toss gonna go aggressive on the braking. They're both gonna go side by side. Noah, they touch.
Oh,
Toss is gonna have to get the elbows out. It's gonna be close.
A little bit of.
They're gonna be close, and Noah gets the position.
Wow, Noah's done it. Wow, what an overtake from Noah at the last moment. A little bit of a Schumacher there on the exit. We'll see what Toss has to say after the race. But wow, what a move from Noah. Congrats to him.
Noah fought hard there at Toss. It's still going to be a good point state fall for him. It's going to be 12 points, but he was hoping for 15. He was hoping for that champagne, and Noah's going to steal it from him. I believe that is Noah's first podium in UNF2, and I guess also tech UN eSports as a whole. So good for him today. Timid, who's third in the standings, is going to make a good jump on Cross because he finished second. And either one, Crudity, has been here with UN eSports since Season 1. And he gets his first official UN eSports victory here in F2 today, so good for Crudity. It took a little bit of chaotics around him, but he did a relatively good show here. Noah will get driver of the day, going from 15th to 3rd. So, again, good showing from him.
Yeah, credit to our drivers there that are stepped on the podium. They were resilient all race, kept their heads down, saw it through to the end. So.
As he gives a little bit of a Hulkamaniac ear cup there, telling the crowd, I can't hear ya, as he celebrates on the podium here, along with Noah and Feedback. As young Chaz Tappan has joined. Good to see him join us back here, past couple rounds. So anyway, as they finish up the confetti here, we'll give you a quick rundown of the standings, and then we'll let you know how it's going to shake out. Because I believe, as I was saying, Vice Shang will be starting pole position for the sprint race, but the rest of the field I'll have to take a quick look at. So anyway, either one takes for stop the podium. Timid second, Noah third, Toss Salad fourth, Joey TJ Games in fifth, Feed Death in sixth, Vice Shang in seventh. Actually, Cross Tommy's going to start on pole, not Vice Shang, because I think one of the drivers left. So, oh no, because Silencer got disqualified. Cross Tommy's going to start on pole for the sprint race. So I'm thinking Cross Tommy's thanking his lucky stars that Silencer got disqualified. But there's the rest of the order here.
That's unfortunate. With the safety cars and everything, Silencer probably got his strategies confused and put on 2 sets of mediums.
So yeah, only 5 drivers will get points here today. So yeah, Cross is not going to be looking. That's a big goose egg in his numbers. As now we will start the sprint race here. As we'll take a quick look at the chats here, see if anyone is happy or sad or neutral, I guess. It's raining paddock, now.
Live paddock updates. Oh, we've got a wet F2 race here at Spa. These are going to be some long lap times.
So I think you were saying you wanted a rain race after you did, I think it was Italy though. You got a dynamic weather, it was heavy wet, and you were having a lot of fun with some of our F2 boys. So this is probably the first race where it's actually been officially starting wet. So it will be interesting to see how they hold on as we wait for the the last-minute scrambles and last-minute setup changes here, because they're going to probably put some more aero in the car. Or you could do a Brevin and raise the rear height and call it a day. So anyway, as we wait for the sections to start here, 1 second to go, and now everyone will have to make their last-minute adjustments, and yep. As Cross Tommy will start off P1, but he's going to have a challenger in Bai Sheng in second, Death third, which I guess good for the reserve driver, Joey TJ James in fourth, Toss in fifth, Noah sixth, Tim at seventh, and someone already hits the wall there. I think that was Death. Bad starting from him, and then either one will start off last, 8th, Slotty 9th, Freddy 10th, the Donster 11th, 8012, Just Jose 13th, Soko Brazy 14th, and Silencer. But I like to point this out, that we said this at the beginning of the formation lap, that Noah kind of waited back, you could say maybe intentionally, and let them all cool the tires. It didn't really matter at the end of the scheme of things. I'm not saying that helped him in the race, but I'm just saying it's worth noting that he may have just caused a loophole that could be exploited. And I'm wondering if anyone's going to do the same thing here. Because cold, wet tires aren't probably going to be that fun to drive around this circuit. It looks like Silence is pretty active. No one so far is doing it. Everyone's kind of just giving each other space. Kind of respecting boundaries, knowing it's a wet track.
Yeah, I think I think there's a common respect amongst the drivers in this league. Everyone right now wants to warm their tires up. Get ready for a good start. You see the drivers are nicely spaced out.
Correct. So, yep. Cross Tommy's looking, because now he's lost the championship lead. It's basically confirmed with 12 points, and he had a 8-point cushion going into 7, my mistake. So 7 going into 12, that's 8, 9, 10, that's 5 points. So right now, updated standings, Toss My Salad is 5 points ahead of Cross Tommy. And something else worth noting is that BWT cars, the Toss and Crew to the AKI, the 1, now took over the Constructors' lead by their 1-4 performance. Because even though Noah flies the same flag in the Trident, Cross's no points is going to cost them in the Constructors. So there's a little bit of updated standings for you at the viewers at home.
Interesting. Thank you for that, Pepsi.
I guess I could say I've taken up a little bit of statistical role here in UN eSports as well. Another hat to add on to, another feather to add into my cap.
Yeah, one of the many hats, the GOAT of UN eSports, ROP, aka Pepsi Freak.
Now you're making me blush. Anyway.
I don't know about you, Pepsi, but I'm excited for this fight up front that we got.
Oh yeah, we got.
Is either one gets DQ'd for maybe a little bit of a tap.
Same thing with Joey, so maybe they both had something to do with it. So anyway, yeah, Cross, who was one of the most dominant drivers to come in the UNF1, while Bai Sheng was the what-if story. If he was able to make more races, because of, sadly, the time restraints, he wasn't able to. But now with the new season, he's able to clear out the schedule, at least to get a couple rounds in. It's going to be the what-if story of Bai Sheng against the driver that was one of the more dominant drivers in the second half, and Cross Tommy, both fighting here in an F2 race. This is probably the only time they'll scrap, because they're both in different tiers, at least for Season 2, so I guess we'll enjoy it while we can.
Yeah, good point. This is a story of what-ifs for our Season 1. They are in different cars, but it's a good display of what their driving skills
War. As we wait for Grandma to run across the track here, as we do have a couple AIs, ignore them. Freddy and the other one, they will not count, and they will get quickly past, so just ignore them. And away we go, as Grandma now has crossed the track, and she's plugged in the lights, and it looks like Cross gets a good jump. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Vice got a better jump here, and yep, Vice is in a pass. Cross going to turn 1. Speed that goes a little too aggressively, and he hits Vice Sheng, and he lost in front of the field. I think he's the only casualty of that, as actually more things have happened, as 8000 has also lost in the rain. But it looks like everyone else has made it relatively good. I don't think Bai Sheng got any damage from that, though, so I think the only one casualty that was Speed Death and 8000. Sadly, didn't have a good performances. It looks like everyone's made it up a room relatively cleanly. As we have a battle here from Toss Pastel and Joey TG Games here, as they're going to go try to make a move here, as it looks like either one's going to try to make a move as well. Or there's a lot of cars here, a lot of blending. As it looks like we got a move here, lunge on the inside. As it looks like Noah, if I'm not mistaken, trying to make a pass there, but he's not going to make a pass, and that could leave him a sitting duck for either one, and they're going to slot back in. Joey 6th, Toss 7th, Noah 8th. As Tim is hounding the back of his Carlin teammate here for the lead as well. He's only about half second off, so if Bai Sheng gets a little squirrely, he could make a capitalization. And it looks like he did kind of get a little wide there, so we'll be interested to see if Timmy can make a pass here. So as the rest of the field's kind of spaced out here. Well, not spaced out, but they've all made it through relatively good. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, I guess the question worth noting here is actually, as Bai Sheng was a little wide there, it looks like Timmy was going to try to make a move, but couldn't really make the thing happen. But I do want to point this out here is that do you think, I don't think as you have Yellow Flag Second 2, I'll never be able to finish this point. Is I think someone may have just lost it. Yep, not really worth it.
Yeah, just a little bit of a spin. Yeah, continue, Pepsi.
Yep, I was going to try to say is that do you think that they maybe can be more sure? I don't think they're in a party together, but since Timid's fighting for championship while Vice Shang's not, does Vice Shang maybe show a little commodity and let Timid go?
Yeah, I gotta think, as we see, Feed Death is spun at the back of the pack there after he lost his wing on the start. I want to just point out, yeah, Feed Death has improved as a driver a bit, and it was an unfortunate start there. I've been in the position myself on a wet spot track where I've taken the inside line there and just locked the front tires. Kind of just kind of lost it.
For 9th, as I think Crudy and Noah both get collided. Actually, Jose and I1 kind of get a little squirrely together, and it looked like
Cross Tommy, sorry to cut you off, but he just made a brilliant move on Timbet. As Timbet comes right back and fights back for the position up the inside and takes it back from Cross Tommy. Brilliant.
You were watching the front, I was watching the back here, but now I'm back in the front here. It's like, oh, they should not go side by side with Rouge.
They're side by side.
This is a terrible idea.
A brilliant battle.
This is not good. It looks like Tim's getting. I think Cross Tommy thinks better of it, not wanting to
Cross
lose
Tommy
any more
backed
points.
out of that.
Yeah, not wanting to lose any more points. He thinks, I can't lose any more points here. I can't do it. It's not worth throwing away. And I guess that was a smart move here, but Toss is out right behind Cross Tommy. So that little checkup's going to cause Toss to get within touch range.
Yeah, and this fighting has afforded Vice Shang to build a gap to his teammate there, Timbet.
Correct. You just got to wait to pass the Ghost of Freddy, but eventually he will, as I think Feed Death has crashed, and he has now retired. So, relatively not a good race for Feed Death, but he is learning. He will get better. I mean, 8,000 started off kind of poorly, too. He won 2 races, so this is not, it takes time and it takes patience, so I trust he'll be better for the future. But anyway, as Timid and Cross, Cross all in the back of Timid here. Timid needs to stay ahead of Cross in order to at least help him in the point. He's a lot of points down, but not a lot of rounds left. He needs to get anything he can get. While Toss is kind of hoping that they touch it. It looks like Noah, it looks like we have a breakaway here. And it looks like right now, 8,000 is currently fighting either one for 7th, as the one's going to try to make a lunge here. They touch a little bit of wheels here, and 8,000 holds the position. If anything happens up front, Freddy, let me know. I'm going to come from the back battle here, because they're wheel to wheel. As it looks like at the one, as Noah goes a little bit wide here, as Noah's going to get a little split. 8,000 is going to try to make a move into Old Lady's house. They go wide, and Noah clips the tire barrier, and that's going to allow Crudy to spin, and he's going to hit the wall, and that's going to be a wing damage. I've said it before, I said it again. Going into Old Lady's house, you get bad aero wash, so you have to be careful going into that corner, and it didn't really work well for Noah, and then Noah caused Crudy to spin. Unintentionally, obviously, trying to make evasive action. But anyway, as Cross is now possibly going to make a move here in Timid, because Timid, we're still within touch distance. There's no DRS. But Cross does look like a little bit more speed on the straight, at least from what I've seen. So we'll be interesting to see if he can make one corner. But especially wet conditions, again, he doesn't want to throw it away. He's probably more patient than someone like Crudy or the Donster, who just like throwing moves and make the opportunity for better work. So anyway, as Cross is going to have a little bit of lunch here, thinking of it, maybe try to go late braking here. Nope, he's just going to stuck behind, but he did set a fast purple sector 1 though, so something is worth noting. Do you see anything worth noting around the field, Fred? Because right now, looks like the closest data we have is currently for P2, as I think Crudity, either one, is pitched for a win. As Vice Shang gets a little bit wide there, so he's within 2 seconds, but I don't think Vice Shang is out of contention yet. He's a little squirrely when it comes to that corner there, especially in these wet conditions. Maybe he loses it. Maybe he pins it. Knock on wood, obviously. You don't want to see that happen, but something can happen.
Yeah, just looking down the field here, it's really just the top 3 here that we're going to probably be watching. Cross, Tommy, and Timbet are gearing up for a good fight. That, I don't know, I think you were watching the back of the field, but just a couple laps, I think it was around lap 2 actually. Timbet and Cross were just in a brilliant battle together.
Yeah, I was
respect to those 2 guys.
I caught the tail end of it, but as Cross was a little wide going to Old Lady's house, almost his tire barrier, but Timmy goes way too wide and almost gets the grass, actually clips the grass and almost loses it. As we do have a little bit of a battle in the back here between Donster and Joey, but it's not really worth covering, because right now 2 and 3 are way too close to go cover talent points. But anyway, as Cross may consider lunge here, again, he's getting closer on braking, but just not enough to make a pass, as he's going to bump him up the rear here, so Cross is relatively close. He could try a lunge here. As we start lap 4.
We may see a move after Rouge here on the straight.
As Timmy gets an alright exit, but it looks like Cross is a better one. Yep, Will will get a better lunge off. He's going really close. Like, this is DRS is actually tapped him already, but since no DRS, Tim's fighting for his life. As Tim goes a little too early there, Toss gets the better entry and exit. He will set up for a move here. But with no DRS, they're basically flying down the straight here, side by side, wheel to wheel. Is it going to go to the braking zone here? Who's going to have the later brakes? Who's going to be the most brave? Tim it is, and Tim's going to hold position, and he's going to go and hold it, but he's going to go a little too wide on entry. That's going to allow Cross to stay side by side, but he's not going to be able to hold him. He's going to do a switchback, actually, and they're going to go side by side going into this off-camber position where it's going to be kind of interesting. Will Cross hold it as they touch? They touch wheels, and they're going to allow Cross to go a little too wide, and it's going to allow Tim to sneak on by, and he will hold the position. All to the benefit of Toss by Salad, who's now within a second almost of the touching distance between these two.
And the margin of error is just shrinking these F2 cars, as we saw there. Just a little bit of wheel tap, and you're gonna lose it. They both saved it beautifully. Both a couple of our most talented drivers. I'm looking forward to them battling in Tier 2, starting tomorrow.
Correct. As they are both getting close, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. As just taking a look at some things around here, as yeah, Cross he's just hounding the back of Tim. He really wants to get by. I don't think he can catch Vice Shank with the remaining laps, but it'll be interesting. He's right now trying to get as many points on Toss. The Toss is very interesting, and he needs to get as big a cushion as possible. He won't be able to overtake Toss.
And as you mentioned, Toss, I just want to say this battling of Tim and Cross is allowing Toss My Salad to really catch up to these two. I feel like he's closing the gap on them right now.
Because Tim had just broken that corner there, while Cross tried to take it flat, and they almost touched. I don't think Cross got any damage, thankfully for him. But Cross is faster, at least he's more aggressive on the straights, as he's going to try to, I guess, move here. He's getting kind of impatient. He's sitting behind for 3 laps. I know how it feels to sit behind someone you feel like you're faster of. You just want to get by, and you'll throw after like 5 laps. You're going to want to throw a move, no matter where it goes.
The racecraft of these two guys, though, is just on point. Tim Ben is defending beautifully. He's taking nice lines, defending the inside line.
As Weisheng does get a 3 time penalty for multiple warnings, but unless Timid and Cross take it for 3 seconds, that won't matter much. As Timid goes a little wide there, going to allow Cross to get a better exit. He'll have a lunge here. He'll make a lunge around the outside again. That didn't work the first time. We'll see if it works again. Side by side, they touch a little bit. Timid goes more aggressive, but he's going to be able to close the door.
See if Tim Ben learned this time and takes more of outside. Yeah, he does.
Yep, he's able to hold the door and not allow Cross to make a move, so now they won't go side by side through the off-camber corner.
Yeah, this is true racing here. This is all about racecraft and car placement. Oh, Tim Ben has slid a bit. He's opened up the inside. Cross didn't have the traction to pull it off.
This reminds me of the battle we were supposed to get at Britain if both of them were on the same tire compound, but sadly they weren't, so Timid was kind of a sit and duck for Cross in that race. But now they're both on the same tires, no DRS, no nothing, just setups, and that's it. And they're both showing their wit. As Cross gets the better, again, corner there, and he's going to maybe try, nope, again, thinks better of it.
Tim Ben had a little bit of wheel spin going through there, he saved it though.
As they go through again here, as Joey Team gives him 3 seconds for multiple warnings.
As I said, Toss has really closed this gap. He's closing half second with these 2 guys fighting ahead of him.
But it seems like he loses as much time as he gains, so when they're battling, he gains. But when they don't battle, he loses. So he's going to have to hope they keep battling, or else he's going to lose touch. Because he gains time.
Yeah, down the straights with when Cross gets that little bit of toe, that maybe somehow gain some time racing together. Not sure with these F2 cars, but I think this fight, yeah, as it goes, the gap is, the interval is in between the 1.8 and 1.2 yard car.
That's the 4th lap that Cross just tapped Timid up the rear there, telling him to get a go on, because he doesn't get as good of an exit, and Cross just taps him like, go, and Cross just does not go. I mean, I'm sorry, Timid doesn't go.
Yeah, you gotta wonder here if Cross knows he's maybe just staying patient now and waiting for that last lap overtake that he saw Noah execute.
As again, it just feels like Cross gets the better entry to corners. As Timmons slides there again. Gonna allow Cross the better exit. Cross is doing better with entry and exit, but Timmons just doing enough to hold on.
We'll see if Cross tries a different strategy here. Is he
I
gonna
would
try and dive
inside. He's gonna go outside. Can he hold it? You can see the scuff marks on the Red Bull logo on the teapot of it. As he's gonna try it not again. Oh, maybe a switch back. Oh, he clips the grass.
Battle scars.
Can't make. He tried all of that corner and still couldn't get on the inside. Timmons is just putting it where he needs to be right now. As I think Toss may have spun or really got bad wheels, now he's 3 seconds behind, so Toss is now out of the fight. And I do feel sorry for the rest of the field here. There are some battles down the line, but this is the closest and the best fight we got, so...
Oh, this has been one of the best battles we've had since UN started. This is some great racing going on right now.
I mean, for consistent lap pace, yep. If we're talking like the last... I mean, the only ones I could think of would be RPM and Evan, but that was more of a 2-lap shootout. This is more of a... This is more of a consistent 5 laps. They've just been back and forth.
This is Freddie and Pepsi at Zandvoort. This is just brilliant racing we got in front of us right now. We'll see if Cross can execute an overtake. I think he's being patient and waiting for a lap 8 or 9. Oh, Timbet goes wide onto the grass.
Oh,
I jinxed it.
He lost
the commentator's curse.
But Cross just got a 3-second time penalty for cutting. So hold your horses.
Oh.
So
and that's kind of just affected this battle.
You know,
Timbet just has to be patient and stick with Cross now. We'll see if he can do it.
You know, you just referenced Netherlands, and I'm just going to say, this is just playing out like Netherlands, because on that race... Oh, Timmons just broke his wing! Giving him a tap! Oh, Timmons, no!
We've seen Cross do the same thing the last 3 laps, and now it's Timbet who's done it, but just done it a little bit too hard.
Oh, Timmons going to make a move, though! He's going to make the move, but he's going to get switched back.
He's probably feeling heated after this. And if he hasn't damaged his wing too bad, I've had some experiences in these F2 cars. Yeah, it looks like Timbet just that wing damage is affecting him.
Side by side here, up the right. Not much, because he got a good entry and exit there. Maybe the wing damage is more downforce.
Yeah, I was gonna finish. Timbet. I've had experiences where, he goes up the inside. I've had experiences where wing damage doesn't affect the F2 cars that much, is what I was going to say. But we see it side by side, wow.
Yep, oh, they're still touching wheels. They are still going, even with the wing damage that Timmons has.
Scrapping right now.
They are fighting. But I do want to bring back that point you said about Netherlands. It was playing out exactly like Netherlands. That Cross was in Freddie's seat, I was in his seat, and then Timmons' seat, I make a mistake, Timmons makes a mistake, Cross is able to pass, but then Cross has a 3-second time penalty. So he has to get 3 seconds on him or else he loses out the podium. And how that story ended was Freddie winning the battle, I winning the war, so to speak, in that race. Now can the same thing happen in reverse? Right now it looks like the downforce is really hurting for those corners here, but Cross is going to have to gain 2 seconds in the next 2 laps, or sorry, a second a lap basically, in order to hold on to that second position. As Toss, if he can get within another second of Cross, could jump. Could get him as well. But right now he's 5 seconds. He's 5 seconds back at Timmons, and I'm going to assume that's another second on that. So he's actually going to get at least 4 seconds. As Timmons goes a little wide there.
Gotta wonder what happened to Toss with that time loss. If he's gonna be kicking himself when he sees that 3-second time penalty. He was really on the back of those guys. If he maybe just stayed patient and just kept that 1 to 2 second gap, he would have, like you said, jumped Cross.
I think he just got a little squirrely from what I saw. I think he got when they were battling, we were watching, he got a little squirrely. So, yeah, he got a little squirrely. But again, he's still. I mean, it looks like in the wing damage on the left, it looks like corners that break to the left, he's going to have problems with. That sweeping left is going to be his kryptonite. But a lot of the corners on the circuit go right. So
Cross has some wheel spin.
Yep, that's true. So he's going to have a fight here for Rouge. So again, if Cross is going to be his own worst enemy here, he's not going to get. Don't go side. Oh, please go side by side for Rouge.
Cross making some defensive moves. Timbet wanted to do it. He was poking around.
Yep. I say don't go side by side. That would be interesting. Screw it. Go side by side, boys. Throw it on the line. As
Timbet is going to get desperate here these last few laps.
Again, he can take corners. DRS has now been enabled, by the way. So it's,
DRS has been enabled. Wow.
It's drying up enough. Even even though it's still raining, they think it's enough that the boys can hold through corners. So if Weisheng gets another time penalty, but he's got 6 and Cross is 12 behind, so
wow, so this
matter.
is gonna, well, we're really just racing, we're talking about the chips right now, we're just talking about the gentleman's race between Cross and Tim, to see who can pull it off, because Cross has got that 3-second time penalty.
Again,
but it's interesting with the DRS if Timber can make a pass on Cross.
Because it looks like the sweeping left right now, because the damage is again on his left wing. He's going to have this is going to be kryptonite, that sweeping left. But almost everything else is mostly to the right. So if he can just keep this time up during the right and try to negate the loss during the left, he could be okay. Because he's got one more lap, and Cross has to get 2 seconds on him. Cross takes that corner relatively conservatively there.
Yeah, looks like he's really struggling with the tires situation right now.
Or maybe he has, because all those taps, maybe he does have some minor damage that just he's not showing up. Let me take a look. It looks like he got.
Yeah,
he still got all his particles.
I was trying to actually look at that because Cross was driving a little bit cautiously, so I was going to look at the wing damage, and I couldn't notice anything to mention to you.
Yeah, maybe he's on his dry setup. So maybe, but as Timmy goes, oh, he touches the grass. Oh, he lost the back end. No, that's gonna cost him any chance he had of 3 seconds. Let's Cross and get another pad. Now he's gonna. Why are you pitting with 1 lap to go? This is the stupidest decision you could make. Just hold on. Now he's just pitting, which I don't get why. Now he's gonna fall to 4th, 5th. Noah's gonna pass him for 6th. Freddy's Ghost is gonna pass him for 7th.
A lot of points lost now for Tim.
He could have just held on. Now that's actually going to put Toss in 3rd, so Toss is only going to get 3 points, I think, on Toss. So Toss is still going to hold the lead after this first race of the doubleheader. So it will be interesting to see. But
yeah, I guess Tim is probably just going for a fast lap right now.
He wouldn't even have enough time though, because it has very lengthy range.
What am I talking about fast lap? This is the last lap.
Yeah. I like to point out that Cross also got another time penalty. Just Jose sets the fastest lap of the race, so even if he won. Yeah. Well, yeah, Timmons still has not left pit road yet. Now he has, and he's now fighting, I think that's Silencer Ghost. No, he's not even fighting Silencer, he's fighting Command Ghost. He's currently 8th. And Jose could catch him and pass him.
He's fighting the Ghost of Slotty Bang, who I guess he's lapped. Slotty Bang's in 13th.
I like to point out now, Toss myself in a similar situation where he's with Noah right now for 3rd. 8,000's on the back of him. He's within touching distance. And 8,000, again, Toss really needs to hold on to this podium. This is your life, part 2.
Weisheng has got a puncture in P1.
Oh, what? God.
His front left tire is punctured.
Oh, we got White to recover. He's got 11 seconds. He's also got a 6-second time penalty, so he's going to have to fight the fight. And
Cross Tommy has a puncture too. Cross Tommy's tire is punctured. Is Toss Myself gonna be able to bring it home and beat Cross Tommy? Wow, what are these?
No, Toss Myself has a puncture. Toss Myself has a puncture.
Oh, Toss Myself has a puncture on his front right now. Oh man.
Wait a minute, is
8,000 RPM has made the jump. Where's Weisheng at? He's coming around bus stop chicane.
He will make it. Weisheng will make it for P1. Cross is actually going pretty fast, but a puncture.
Yeah. Weisheng is bringing it home with a puncture.
Home for B1.
Wow.
Oh, Toss Myself broke his wing. Toss Myself's broken his wing. He's facing the wrong way.
Oh, he spun around. Viper Noah is clean. 8,000 RPM is clean. 8,000 RPM
is going to take 2nd because of the time penalties. He's going to be P2. Noah's going to come around.
Wow.
He's going to take P4.
Oh,
Toss
no.
Myself with no wing and a puncture is going to try to hang on for the Ghost of Freddy.
Oh, and Timbet has got to be kicking himself right now.
Oh, he would have.
But now we kind of understand his reason for pitting there.
Maybe, yeah, it makes sense. I guess the Whites weren't going to make it 9 laps.
Oh, wow. So Weisheng takes the win. Amazing scenes. 8,000 RPM takes it home in 2nd. With clean tires, it didn't puncture. Cross Tommy manages to bring home a punctured front left tire to get the final podium position with P3. Viper Noah. Sorry, go ahead, Pepsi.
I was going to say, you can finish your rundown, but I just want to say, I like what sorcery is 8,000 on, because he didn't get a puncture, while Weisheng, Cross Tommy, and Toss Myself all got punctures.
Oh man, I don't know. He's conserving his tires, maybe. I don't know what's going on. But that was a fun sprint race right there.
Oh yeah, it was, because it looked like Weisheng had it, then he punctured. Then Cross looked like he could have got it, then he punctured. And then toss by Sal looks like he could have capitalized, and then he punctures and then flakes his wing. So then he loses another 2 spots. So, quick math time here. Toss is up by 5 points. Cross comes home P3, because Wei Sheng celebrate now 2 for 3 in UN eSports sanctioned events. So he now has a 66 2/3% chance of winning percentage.
Wow,
as 8,000 capitalizes on all the mistakes, and he's able to come home P2, which after the first race, that's good for him. Good recovery drive for him. And Cross Tommy's able to round the last step of the podium, and Toss Marsad went from podium to 2nd place to 5th. Just poor Toss. And Timid as well, but I guess Timid made the mistake. Yeah. So anyway, as we'll bring in a quick interview session here while we also will have a quick switch or addition of commentators. But it is worth noting, Wei Sheng will walk away with this win. I was going to say something. I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, points. Toss Marsal has 6 points. Actually, Toss Marsal going into the race in Italy right now, Toss Marsal has a 1-point advantage on Cross Tommy. So qualifying is going to mean a lot of things right now going into Mazda. As we work with the rest of the field, Timid will get a 4. The Ghost of Freddy will get 2 points. Just Jose will get 3 because of the fastest lap, and then that will be that for the points paying positions. But your winner, Wei Sheng, today. And now don't go anywhere, folks. I want to point this out. We have a second race here, boys. You like those 2 races?
This is a doubleheader, man. I'm pumped up for that. I'm sticking around for race number 2 at Monza. What kind of scenes were those, boys? Jesus. Sorry for bringing religious terms into this. Pardon the Jesus phrase, Pepsi. But those were some amazing scenes right there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, either one and Noah get the biggest points to haul away today, both with 25 points. So they will leave the first round relatively happy, while Timid will get 22 points. So even though he could have gotten probably the most, still good for him. Toss gets 18, 8,000 gets 16, Cross gets 10. So as the boys will chat here, as I think young Chad Staffen wants an invite to the lobby, so you can send one out to him if we need an extra driver. But yeah, so yeah, don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be as much of a fight too as the last one was. Same one-shot qualifying rules, and then 250s. Well, while we wait for that to start, I'm going to get a quick water, so Fretch, you can stall if you need to.
Yep, go get settled in, Pepsi. Yeah, so that was just an amazing race there for UNF2. Couple of punctures at the end. Just getting invites out to everyone right now. We'll be back with you shortly.
Alright, I'm back, as just to start the ready-up process here.
I'm just gonna go into game chat quickly and notify our drivers of a few things.
Okay, make sure you tell them to stop the clock too. So as we stall here, well, I guess stall is not the right word. We're just gonna talk here while we wait for them to run some quick things over. Yeah, Italy's up next. It's a very fast track, a lot shorter, so this race will go a little bit faster. And we're looking for the Temple of Speed, as some would say. Not the fast laps on the grid, that's Austria, but still a relatively great track. And we don't have any Italians, actually, because Frecci's Italian, so he's hoping to get a good showing for his Italian blood, as some would say. So anyway, as he runs over some things here, talks about qualifying, the miscellaneous stuff, we won't listen in because that's the drivers' meeting. Let the drivers have their privacy. I'll just take a look at the chat here. If anyone's got any questions, throw them in the chat. Maybe I'll take a look at some other chats here too. Take a look around, see what anyone has to say. There's a chance someone may be joining us in the booth, but we shall see if that joins. But yeah, great showings there. As I guess some would say, I don't want to use this line because I don't want to come off as something, but biblical scenes, as some would say. Anyway, that he's talking about, that's the wrong group. Yeah, again, got any questions of the 6 people watching, please throw them out. We're trying to kill some time here, so you want to be UN eSports famous? Throw some questions out. Come on, we don't bite. Yep, as he still runs some directions over. Gonna take a quick sip of this. So yeah, if you are enjoying this show, why don't like and subscribe on the channel. We do have an Instagram page where you can subscribe to that. And, well, I guess you could follow that. You don't want to subscribe to an Instagram page. And then you could also join the Discord as well. We do have a Discord. You can join as a fan and interact with your favorite drivers here. If you want to talk about Wei Shang and talk about the race here, I guess you could, if you want. So anyway.
And I think we're going to have a fellow commentator joining us in the booth here.
Oh, good to hear.
Blinn Machine with TCR Racing.
Oh, good.
In his off season, so.
Yep, he gets a little few practice in the off season here. It's like someone going on like a loan spell. So he'll get a little bit of practice here, and we get another good commentator to join the booth. So it's a win-win for both parties. And wait for him to join. It is now a one-shot for Italy. And toss, quick update. I know I've said it before in the last race, but for anyone that just rejoined and wants to rewatch, is currently Toss Pascal has a 1-point advantage over Cross Tommy going into Italy. And with 2 rounds to go after this, it'll be interesting to see. I think it's 2. 6, 7, yeah. No, it's actually 3 rounds. 8, 9, 10. So there's 3 rounds remaining after this. It'll be interesting to see if Toss can grow the gap, or will he end up losing some of the positioning here going into qualifying. Because if Cross gets pole, he'll retake over the lead. Looks like it's a nice dry day here, at least a nice dry morning, so we'll see if there's rain for the race. But for right now, the qualifying will be dry.
Yeah, it looks like a nice, dry, hot, hazy afternoon in Monza.
The Italy crowd, the virtual Italian crowd, looks very pleased to be here. They're always really rabid, so they'll be looking for a good show like Belgium.
The Tifosi are strong here. Gonna be a lot of Prema fans. I don't see young Chet stopping in the lobby.
Yep, sadly he couldn't come back, so I guess time zone differences, British, things like that happen sometimes. So anyway, as Toss was out, going to the first corner here, Toss clearly has the lead, but that will definitely change, because this is a long lap here. Some people can't cut this corner here, as Toss and Cross are 1-2, and BDEF is third, surprisingly. Noah 4th, Wei Shang 5th, as they're going to go around this sweeping right here. Is going to go into another break stuff. Cross and Toss still 1-2 around the field. Looks like everyone's kind of sliding into some positions here. No time gained, no time lost. As they're going to go into the next break show here. I think Cross, no, 8,000 climbing up to the grid here, but I think Cross may have invalidated because Cross is now falling down here. Never mind, he's going back up, so may have been a glitch on my screen. Or maybe got a little squirrely. Anyway, Toss is still P1 as our commentator has joined spectating booth, so he'll be joining his party as soon as this lap's over. As Toss by Sal is still currently P1, Timid P2, and Wei Shang P3 as they're going to go on the next long straight here at the end of Sector 2. Well, Sector 2 is not ended yet. It will end a little bit down the road here, but Toss by Sal is still currently in P1 with Timid in second and Wei Shang in third, 8,000 in fourth. As they're going to hit the end of the Sector 2 here right now, Toss is still holding strong here. As they're going to go to the left, right, don't want to cut. You don't want to go too wide here. As Toss is able to hold it relatively good and has not gotten validated. It's going to be a long run down, one more straight, then one more sweeping right, and it'll be one more straight to go. Toss by Stale still leading the way. Wei Shang in second, Timid in third, 8,000 fourth, Noah in fifth, Cross Tommy in sixth, as P28 has probably invalidated and is forced to retire the car. As they go in the last corner here, Toss goes a little wide, doesn't touch the green, kind of missed the apex, still going to get a good run off. And as they run to the line, Toss My Salad will take pole position. Wei Shang second, Timid third, 8,000 fourth, Noah fifth, and now it'll be 4 points to Toss My Salad, and he will gain 4 points on Cross Tommy, growing the gap to 5. Woo!
Wow, what a qualifying right there. Great
I feel like I'm calling the horse racing down the track.
Great call from Pepsi there, and as we mentioned earlier, Blinn, welcome to the party. It's a pleasure to have you here to bring up probably a little bit of a professional spice to our commentary.
Hey guys, yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm definitely really excited to be back in any sort of a commentator booth. It's been a few weeks off for me, but yeah, super excited for this event. I was watching the first race. It was really close there towards the end. It was really crazy in the sprint race especially. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do in Monza.
Awesome, man. Happy to have you, yeah.
Yep, it's good to see. And again, anyone's welcome to the booth. We have a couple drivers that can join us in commentary as well. So it's good to see when fresh faces come here, new blood, new perspectives. So as we wait to go into the featured race here, we'll see if there's rain. We don't have a meteorologist, so if it's raining or close to rain, we'll have no clue of finding out till it actually happens. So we wait for the loading screen here. Nope, nice, dry, hazy day, so no rain in the forecast, at least for the featured race.
Does look a little bit foggy out there, so that might add to the excitement here today. And Monza is going to be one of the craziest races, I guess, even in F2 with those huge straights and those couple of chicanes. It's definitely going to spice things up here.
It's one of the fan favorite events for drivers, and I guess you could say fans alike, because it's if I went around the field right now and polled all the UN eSports drivers that favorite track, most of them would probably say Austria, or they would say Italy, and I'd be the one weird person that said Suzuka, because gotta represent the brand. Anyway, as we wait for the starting section here to start, and gotta wait for some load times here, we do have a formation last year. I guess I want to point out to our new boy in the booth here. What do you feel after watching that first race from a viewer perspective? What do you think is worth noting going into the second race?
Oh, wow. Good question. I think, well, punctures, that was one that I was not expecting in the last race, but seeing that one of the drivers got a puncture, that's going to possibly be another one to watch here. But in these F2 cars, I guess, the main thing is really their tire strategy and just keeping it clean and keeping it consistent on every single lap. Slipstream and DRS are definitely going to come into effect as well. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting, but yeah, weather at Monza is also one thing to watch for. We never really know with these F1 games. They don't really tell us anything, so let's take a look and see.
Again, out of all the games, I feel like even in the next NASCAR Heat game, they're going to put a wet... Okay, it doesn't rain, but for those road courses it could. They'll give us a weather option, but here, the commentators and spectators will be fine. They don't need weather, but what if it rains? Tough luck. So anyway, as they go around the formation, I'll give a quick rundown of the 13 drivers that have joined us here today. Tossed by Salad, who now extended the gap on Cross Tommy, is now currently in pole position. Lai Shang, who won the sprint race and is looking to maybe 2 in a row, is in second. Timid, who had a good battle with Cross Tommy during the sprint race, is currently in third. 8,000 RPM, who had a good last couple rounds, but in Belgium was okay, but had good recovery drive, is in fourth. Noah, who got his first podium, in fifth. Cross Tommy, sixth, which you expect a little higher from him, but maybe he didn't validate, maybe he got a little squirrely off one of his corners. 8,000, and Weisheng and Toss all get disqualified. I guess they collided.
Drivers gotta be more cautious on formation laps there. Don't know what's going on with them. Slightest tap and causes a DQ, so it's unfortunate.
Dancer 7th, Soko Brazier, Just Jose, who took the fast lap the last race, in 9th. Feed Death TV, the reserve driver Rep 2, on a Tier 2. 10th, Silencer in 11th, I the One, who had a really poor qualifying for you, winning last week's the feature race in Belgium in 12th, and P28DE, if that's how you say it, is currently in 13th, as now he's been disqualified as well.
I think we could go ahead and call him Pedro.
Alright, Pedro. Alright, he wants to be called Pedro. Perfect. Because I think P28DE3, I feel like I'm naming Eli Musk's kid on commentary.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you pointed out I the One after that feature race with last race doesn't get a good qualifying position here though, as we see. Five red lights run down.
Grandma's got to run across the track. Hold on. Give her a minute. It's an Italian grandma. She's got a cane. And now they are off as Toss My Salad gets a good jump here, but he's going to be hounded off the back. And oh, is that Timid in the wall? No, it's Weisheng. Weisheng, something went horribly wrong here. I think that it's Noah going 3 wide of the corner. And we got a side-by-side move here. Someone goes wide off and hits the wall. I'd like someone to let me know, because we do have a safety car. They're all going to have to stop. All right.
Yeah, that was Weisheng there that spun out. Looked like he just spun out from wheel spin at the start of the race. And P28D, or Pedro, as we just said, he's actually jumped into 9th place from the start. And it looks like we have a safety car.
I'd like to point out Noah, after getting that jump after Weisheng.
Oh, Feed Death is just off into the gravel. I think he just smashed his car up into the wall as well under safety car.
Oh, you hate to see that. You hate to see that happen. I want to say Heikkinen. Yeah, Heikkinen did it on the last lap, but he's got time to recover, so it'll be fine if he almost cuts this corner here. But yeah, Noah was the big winner off, and actually both Trident cars, Noah and Cross, the big winners under that safety car. Cross went from 6th to 3rd, and Noah went from 5th to 2nd. And Timid took lead. But I like to point
look at the two guys that started at the back there, I the One and Pedro. They're in 7th and 9th right now, so they rose up about 5 or 4 positions each.
Yep, great points, yep.
I'd like to point out, I saw someone hit the wall pretty hard there. I think it was either 8,000 or it was Just Jose. One of those two really smacked that wall hard. And and I don't know if anyone caught it. You know when you have wing damage?
I think I'd have to agree with you. I think I did see 8,000 RPM slide into the wall there, Pepsi.
Because they know it's one of the two, and they're presumably going to have to pay here. Now, I guess the question of the day is...
I don't see any wing damage on 8,000 RPM, though. Yeah, he's not sliding into the pits, so...
Yeah, it's way too early to pit, I would assume. 14 laps on, I assume, the next compound is mediums. As Speed Death, just add insult to injury. Just add insult to injury speed in pit lane. And Bisheng leaves the session, so he'll be getting an early ride home, so... You hate to see it, or maybe he'll join back like Jose when the race is in the end. But,
yeah,
quite a few penalties on the board. I'm not sure what...
Timbet has spun out of the lead. He spun under the safety car.
Oh my god, I was watching Feed Death going into pit road to see what the tire compound is, but yeah, he just took down those signs, and now he's going to be 12. So now Noah, both Trident cars lost ground in the constructor standings after the last round. Now both are 1-2 respectively. So we got a war here. Soko Brazy gets a penalty for colliding with Pedro.
Oh wow. We've got a lot of penalties on the board already. There's Sogo Brazy with 10 and Pedro with 15 seconds to each one of them. And then Timbid, Feed Death, Viper, they all got 5-second penalties, and Toss My Salad as well.
It feels like shades of UNF1 when it first started. And I think, if I'm not wrong, French is currently getting PTSD flashbacks from the chaotic first 2 rounds.
Yeah, the double header today has not been ideal with the 2 feature races. Just kind of a lapse in judgment from our drivers, I guess. But
it's been exciting.
Happen. It's league racing, yeah. It's been pretty. The sprint race was exciting, but we'll see here how this feature race pans out. It's unfortunate when we get an early safety car like this. Sometimes just size mistakes cause those 5-second severe collision penalties.
Now, another question, though. I said this in the last race, and I'll say this again. Noah and Tommy are teammates. Tommy is fighting for a championship. Noah is not. Does Noah show some camaraderie across Tommy, give him some space, or possibly let him by? Maybe Barrichello Schumacher. I'll throw that question to the board here, if anyone wants to throw in a conversation.
Yeah, no, I think Noah right now is probably going to show that. I think Noah and Tommy, they have that chemistry where Noah's for sure gonna do what you said. Do like what you said. He's gonna show him some respect and probably give him the space inside.
Because they're both fighting for the constructors, but at the same time, Cross is fighting for the title. So it doesn't benefit Noah to fight Cross while Toss is currently in third. And since Toss has 5 points on Cross, again, Toss Cross, nice little rhyme there. It'll be interesting to see. As a couple drivers did go down pit road using 6 damage for a pit, so let me pull up the details here for a second as they still go around.
Yeah, no damage changes, but they all changed their tires. And right before they did that, I was just going to ask you guys, I know what the tires work like on the F1 cars, but on the F2, you know, how long can you last on the softs or the mediums?
If I remember from when 8000 did that heroic performance at the race after Hungary, he got around 11 laps on the mediums. And so I'm saying 11 to 12 is where I think it's a safe range. 10-11 would be a safe range. But Hungary's also
and that's what they've got left here right now, so it could be pretty close, could be interesting towards the end. And Feed Death is having some trouble just catching up to the safety car that he almost went off after the second Lesmo corner, so yeah, it might be a little bit tricky here today.
As they're taking more time to catch up, it's going to be one more lap around here. So, again, if I'm right now in like Stancer or Silencer or even either one, I'm pitting. Because it's probably enough within the window that you can risk it. And there's a big enough gap that you'll at the very least be able to at least be at the tail end. You know that you'll be able, if you have the speed, you'll be able to pass Feed Death 8000 timid. Take the risk. As I think someone may try it. It looks like, yep, Cross Tommy's coming in. He's heard my advice along with Toss. So,
I gotta wonder why are these guys waiting to pit under the safety car?
I think because they want to stretch it as long as they can. They don't think they can make it 2 laps. Keep it 2 more fresh laps.
So.
They're trying to play the game here, where they think they can wait a little bit longer, a little bit fresher.
This is quite risky, I gotta say, because what if the safety car just comes in at the end of this lap, regardless of where they are, because it could happen.
Yeah, I think you're correct, and I think that's what's going to happen.
Because it's most likely going to come in this lap. It's already been 2 laps. Safe car doesn't parade around that long. But right now, Timid hasn't caught up yet. Same thing with Soko Brazy, and so that's going to be interesting to see. Right now, they're just getting on a pit road as we speak, and safety car is going through the left-right here on the sectors. Noah has a 3-second time limit, by the way. I don't know when he got that, but it is kind of worth noting.
Noah has actually 5 seconds.
Oh, so he must have collided with someone or under the safety car.
Yeah, he's picked that up earlier in the race under the safety car.
So we'll let him blow across here. He's going to have to fly to get close. Right now, it is only going past the left. Oh, they'll definitely get there. There's no way.
Yeah, they're gonna catch up. It's coming in this lap out. It's gonna be kind of a rush for them to get everything warmed up because I don't know if you know. I think Pepsi, obviously Pepsi, you know this, but Blin, the tires on these F2 cars are really not a struggle, but more of a challenge to warm up.
Mm-hmm. As Jose, I just like to point out that Jose did jump Toss in the pit road. So I think Toss either had damage or had a penalty there because Toss was right in the back across. So it'll be interesting to see. As safety car is coming in, as it just flashes on the screen, and actually, I don't know if Toss will make it. Toss is now just going through that S section right now, and safety car, oh, this gets close.
He's there.
I know Cross will, but with Toss, because Toss is pretty far back. So anyways, Noah's going to lead him on the field here. If I'm Cross, I'm relaying go, go, go now, because Toss still hasn't touched them. And they will go. And
Toss is at the back of the pack.
Toss and Jose will not touch the pack before the race starts, but Cross will. So Cross will benefit, while Jose and Toss will not. As we have a fight here going to turn 1 here, as either one's going to try to make a move around the outside of Noah, but can't really make it done, as he's got a little bit of a good stack up here, but he's relatively clean. Never mind, I jinxed it. Cross Tommy. And no, that's actually Donster. Never mind, has spun going into the corner.
Yeah, Donster there spun around just on his own acceleration on the corner. But look at Timbet right now passing Feed Death on the inside as they're coming around Curva Grande. And he is going to jump right into 4th place. He was around 8th or 9th on the restart.
Feed Death, they climb 8,000 hits the sand trap, and he's also around.
Wow. And yeah, wheel top there from Timbet on Feed Death, just a racing incident, sent Feed Death around, and then 8,000 RPM went into the gravel trap.
Correct. So right now, on the guys that have already pitted, right now the one that's the farthest ahead right now is Timid, and then Cross Tommy next. And Tosses out has not been able to work his way up the field as much as he's probably wishing with all those spins and accidents. He's still currently 9. So he's going to, as
Timbet is lining up to make another move.
Noah just went pretty wide and just lost the lead to either one because he went off to the sand trap, to the gravel trap.
Yes, as Blin said, Timbet is lining up to make a move right now on Silencer.
And he's got a little bit of pressure from Cross. Silencer goes wide, and there goes Timbet into 3rd place. Oh, and there's another safety car.
Yep, VSC. And I think he's going to have to get the position back because Silencer was in the lead. As Noah and either one will now pit because it makes sense to do it now as either one speeds under this pit lane. Every week, someone has to speed, and it makes me sad.
So Timbit dropped the position back over to Silencer, who's now actually taken the provisional lead.
And he's just gotten a drive-through penalty. As I was going to say, he was really going fast under that VSC, and yeah, he did pick up a drive-through.
Yep, so now Silencer's going to have to drive for the next 3 laps. Right now, the factor lead is Tim. Cross is in fact.
There's some questionable driving going on today.
So right now, the 3 drivers that didn't pit, waited very long to pit under that safety car are now 3, 4, and 5. So it's interesting to note that that actually kind of worked out, even though it looked like they almost got left in dust by the safety car. Give us some leaves on the track. Nice fall day, a nice breezy day. Anyway, though, it's Timmy a move on Silencer, but Cross Tommy is not that far behind Silencer. Right, that was a buffer car, but it's a good chance Cross is going to eventually get past Silencer here. Silencer, he's right now just seeing kind of a moving chicane because he's kind of slow and he's going to have to pit. So Cross is telling him to get the heck out of the way, except probably an angrier being or worse. As you have yellow flag in sector 3 here, I think Jose is around. Yeah, Jose is around. He has a broken wing. And Feed Depth's also lost.
Oh, that was really close into Parabolica between Cross and Silencer, but Cross is up into 2nd place now.
Again, if I'm cutting you boys off, you got something to report, I'm leading the way here, but if you guys got something to see, be more than willing to jump in. As DRS has now been enabled, as Toss has the fast lap of the race on his duty. So Toss is currently P3, Cross 2nd, Tim is 1st. we kind of look as Silencer's now starting his drive through, and Speed Depth may have damage, so we kind of contention. It looks like it's going to be a 3-horse race for the win here. None of them have penalties, so if you make a mistake, it may be GG to your chances to win this race. As Timid sets the fastest purple sector 1 right now. If you have yellow black sector 1, Speed Depth's around.
Yeah, it's tough race for Speed Depth again. We'll see here. Cross Tommy can start eating into this gap. Looks like Timbet is starting to pull away though.
As a man that's raced Cross Tommy for multiple weeks, yeah, he's good at cutting those intervals down when you don't want him to cut them down. So, if right now Timid, he's probably wondering on his headset why he's hearing boss music, and there's a reason why. Cause you got an angry American behind you, and he's trying to catch you. So anyway, and right now Toss is about 5 seconds off Cross. So again, if they can get fighting, maybe Toss can get back in this. So it'll be interesting to see here as they come around the lap times here who sets the fastest lap, because they're all on relatively still fresh music. Timid goes way wide there, using all that runoff road. And Timid is going to set a lap here. He'll go provisional fastest lap. I'm assuming Cross is going to match it. Never mind, he does not match it. Does Toss have an answer for it? No, so Timid did just set the fastest lap on the race, so maybe he's got a good setup here. As Silencer around in Texas, I just want to say that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm just watching 8,000 RPM because I feel like he's one of the people that can possibly jump into the podium here. He's closing up quickly onto Toss My Salad, and possibly could be there in the next couple of laps.
Yeah, 8,000 RPM is really had a great couple of weeks here. He's really turned it on in these F2 cars. I think he's been practicing in them, and he's found a style of driving, and it's paid off. You saw he got
Feed Death off again.
And Feed Death has cracked it. Could be a safety car. On track. See if they call something.
He was under pressure there from, looks like either one as they were coming into the first couple of corners, and he just put a little bit too much pressure onto the throttle out of the exit, and he was into the wall.
No safety car, so they will keep running, so no mercy for the weak, as no more bailout. So anyway, as I think 8,000 is going to have a bunch here. Long straight, DRS, within a second, Toss is going to be sweating a little bit, as he's going to go on the fastest corner.
Yeah, flashbacks of Silverstone might be replaying through Toss My Salad's head right now, perhaps.
With my insightful commentary, what is he doing? Anyway, as, Cross is losing time to Timid. Timid is pulling on Cross. So this is kind of the closest battle we have on track right now, but 8,000 is not within touching it. Even with the DRS, he's not able to get, well, good lunge there, but yeah, not enough to make anything happen. So anyway, again, as we kind of, the rest of the field here, again, it's pretty spaced out, so this is the closest battle we have on track, but Cross did just kind of cut into Timid's lead there by well over, looks like 3,000 per second, 300, sorry, so it'll be interesting to see if he can make something happen. So he is on pressure immediately, as Cross is a little, Toss goes a little wide there, he's going to calculate for 8,000, make a lunge on the second DRS straight here. Cross, as I did say, 8,000 got the better entry there, 8,000... Toss up better entry, but 8,000 may have a move here. He's gonna go down the straight. You'd have to be risky to try it, but 8,000's done it before, and he will do it again. Late lunge makes it work, but he gets 3 seconds for cutting and clips the sand, and that will allow Toss to get by him again.
Yeah, he went a little bit too deep there, but good on 8,000 RPM with a safe track re-entry.
It worked for him in Britain, but it didn't work here. But he'll have another chance here, and he will get it
again
nicely. But I think he may have just gave Toss DRS, and he'll get the better exit. As it now side by side, who will get DRS out of it? It will be. Can't tell. None of the wings are open on my screen. So
DRS
as 8,000 was really aggressive on the brakes, and he just touched the corner. And another 5 seconds on that for cutting.
Yeah, he knows it there. He's gonna let Toss go through.
Oh, well, that was a little almost risky, but yeah, he's gonna let Toss by. So yeah, again, Cross and Timid are holding distance. 8,000 just really, again, it's his live by, die by sort motto. He's aggressive on the brakes. That's his strength, but sometimes these cars, especially F2.
Sometimes just doesn't have the setup tuned optimally right now to just make those late lunges. And Monza's kind of a track where you gotta adjust your strategy. There's really no straights like it on the calendar. These are some of the highest speeds you're gonna see in the F2 car, and you're gonna have to brake to bring it down under control.
Not a lot of time in the simulator. So anyway, as right now, I like to get us ready for the sprint race. Right now, Soko Brazy will currently be pole position for the sprint race. Noah second, and I'm third when the sprint race starts. So it'll be interesting to see how that shapes out in the last because it looks pretty spaced out. But makes sense. It doesn't make sense to Noah to drop down in position because there's no benefit. But 8,000 could have another lunge here going to this corner. He's only half a second behind, but with 8 seconds with time pedaling. Even if he makes it, he have enough time.
He's kind of shot himself in the foot here.
Yeah, he will end up in 5th place because of those, unfortunately, so Jose's going to jump that position too.
As he goes even aggressive, oh my god, if I'm tossing myself out, I'm fuming at him right now. Because he keeps doing that. If I'm tossed, I'm in a championship battle. Stop doing that. I don't think he's taking me out.
Yeah, he's losing time to cross Tommy ahead.
At this point, if I'm tossed, I'm just sitting behind 8,000. Let him go. He's got 8 seconds with time penalties. Don't fight him unless Jose gets on your rear.
Yeah, because we got to remember what happened in Belgium with Tosmy Salazar. He was within that fight that Cross, Tommy, and Timbed were having, and then he kind of fell out. He fell out of reach, and Cross Tommy picked up a penalty. And if he would have stayed within reach of Cross, he would have jumped the position. So something
Cross
to
Tommy just gets a 3-second time penalty. So
yeah, so we're kind of speaking into existence.
Yep, so he's 8,008 off Cross. So if Cross can get, and Jose now has a 3-second time penalty too. So with Cross, don't do anything stupid. Just stay behind and don't risk it. It's not worth it. You'll jump both of them. And if 8,000 is fast enough, then you may even get caught. Just stick behind and use DRS. Timid now took a fast lap of the race. As Silencer goes, the car is just kind of running around.
Yeah, got a little bit of lap traffic in the way right now, but look at Jose on the rear end, and there he goes for a move. This is going to be very, very close here between Tosmy Salad and Jose, and now Tosmy Salad is probably absolutely fuming at 8,000 RPM because he's put him in a really bad position, but oh, Jose goes wide, and he's going to have to cut it.
Yeah, slow down. He's just going to slow down, not lose any time, but again, Jose does have a 3-second time penalty though, so even if he gets by, it's not the end of the world. Just stay within touch distance. Play Laura
ball. A lot of penalties today.
Yeah, play Laura ball. There's 3 laps left. I feel confident that 8,000 nor Jose will be able to get 3 seconds on toss. So play it smart. There's no reason to throw this away. So, yeah, anyway, Cross right now, again, Timid's got 3 seconds on Cross. Timid probably got this unless something bad happens. Let me knock on wood real fast to make sure I don't jinx him, as we do have the yellow flag second, as Jose has crashed. And we have a safety car. We're going to have a 1-lap shootout, boys. Yeah, I thought I'd get more reaction for that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's really exciting, actually, because that sort of resets everybody down, and as we saw in the last couple of restarts we had here today, it could get a little bit messy, especially that safety car restart we had. A couple of people really gained some positions from that, so expect the unexpected, I guess, maybe on this one as well.
And I'd like to point out that Tossat has no time penalties. Cross Tommy has a 3-second time penalty, 8,000 has an 8,000 time penalty. There's a chance Toss could jump Cross with a 1-lap shootout. Toss right now is in the catbird seat. Don't do anything stupid. As 8,000 is actually going to pit. Toss is pitting too. Okay. Timid staying out while Cross, 8,000, and Toss are all pitting. Was that a mistake from Timid?
I don't know, actually. With it being this close to the end and, you know, with the restart coming up, it could actually serve them a purpose with 1 lap to go, possibly after the restart. With brand new tires, they could put on a pretty good offense here.
But remember, there's only 2 laps left, and the safety car is going to come in, presumably on the next lap. Is they're going to have enough time to catch him? We don't know when the safety car come in. It may come in with 1 lap. It may come in this lap because of how close this is to the end. So are they going to have enough time to catch him? He's 30.
As we noticed under the last safety car, I think because of the straights here, because of all the really long straights, it gives you enough time to catch up to the rest of the pack. I think, you know, even those that pitted super late, there was only a couple of cars that didn't quite make it, but they were on the same straight at the restart as well.
Yeah, because Toss and Jose didn't make it. They were somewhat behind. Not too far, but they were still behind. So if the safety car is coming in this lap...
Oh, wow.
I just said, like, and Cross is 25 seconds behind, so this is Timid is basically smiling right now. He's the cat that ate the canary. He is smiling. He's telling that safety car to go, go, go. Hurry up.
But Pepsi, is Timbet, let me see here, the...
Tires. Oh, yeah, the tires. Oh, no, the tires.
No, Timbet has made a stop, so I think he did start on the soft tire. He started on the soft tires, I believe.
But they're 9 laps old.
Yeah, he's on 9-lap-old mediums, so Cross Tommy is flying down the back. If Timbet can keep some kind of gap on this restart, but I think Cross Tommy's going to be able to catch him. We'll see.
Yep,
maybe he can pull a 3-second gap as well.
Yep, because Timbet has no time penalties. Cross has a 3-second time penalty, so Cross is gonna have to get 10 seconds down and then jump him. But either one's currently in third, and I need to check the penalties on that because he has a 5-second time penalty. Noah has a 3-second time penalty. Toss has nothing. So looking at gaps, Toss, that safety car did not help Toss at all because of time penalties. He's probably going to jump Noah. Actually, no, he's not even going to jump Noah. He's going to have to get 2 seconds on Noah to jump him. And then he's going to have to try to and hope to get close enough because Noah's within 5 of either one. So, yeah, this could really hurt Toss. And Cross could be smiling pretty.
And Noah is setting purple sectors too.
That pit stop really hurt Toss. Because Timid, unless Timid stops with a puncture, this is Timid's race. Because there's no way Cross can get 7 seconds and then 3 on Timid. And he's got no pressure from third, from either one. And either one even has a 5-second time penalty. So Cross has basically a net 7 seconds on either one. And then he would have a net 6 on Noah. So, yeah. As Timid will start the final lap here, he'll be on 10-lap-old mediums. I assume they'll make it, because I said that was on the safe range, so we'll see if that holds. And
yeah, Timbet was smart on that safety car there. He kind of knew a little bit more than we did on that. He kept a nice gap to Cross Tommy.
Cross does get the fast lap the race, and he'll get more points added to his haul. So, yeah, and either one gets disqualified, and Noah gets disqualified. Wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. As either one and Noah are now disqualified, that's going to put Toss by Sal at P3, and he sets the fast lap of the race.
Wow. This is, I said I expect the unexpected, and this is the most unexpected.
Julie Chen would be proud. Anyway, as Silencer gets a 3-second time penalty, again, but he's going to be P6, which is good on him for keeping his nose clean. So, bearing anything bad happening, even if it does, I think he could limp. Well, maybe it's a little too far away right now, but presumably.
Yeah, that's interesting that it was Viper, Noah, and either one who got disqualified for not using both compounds. It's showing me on the race director that they both started on the softs and went to the mediums.
It could be something similar to what happened to Cross in Hungary. You don't think?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So, yeah, that's Stewards are going to have a long meeting tonight. As Tim is going to go around the last corner here. He's played the cards right. He must have known something that we didn't, or I kind of hinted at it, but regardless, didn't really know that much. But Timid is going to come off the last corner here, and he's going to swerve his way to victory, and he'll take P1, and he will win this race. Cross Tommy is going to come home in second with no competition around him. Even with a 3-second time penalty, he'll hold on to second, and Toss My Salad will get the last podium spot, but he has the fastest lap in his bag, so he will, at the very least, keep the haul that Cross will get on him lower. As he does set another purple sector, so bearing 8,000 of Soko Brady upsetting him. Nope. Yeah, I don't think Soko or Silencer will beat him because I'm older tires. So that will be our top 6. Timid, Cross, Toss, 8, So, and Silencer. Wow.
Well, that was a bit of an odd finish, I guess, there with those disqualifications, because I do remember the whole field has started on the soft tires, so Not really sure if that was just a game glitch or what happened, but definitely shook up things right towards the end.
Noah is fuming in the chat. He is not happening as L1 Velocity has joined.
Looks like we're going to have Luca Veloce in here for the sprint race. It's a very strong competitor in our Tier 1 division. Important note, we've got our Tier 1 and Tier 2 starting tomorrow, Season 2 of UNF2. That's why the field is looking a little bit slim today, because a lot of drivers are preparing for the F1 races tomorrow.
Yep, looking at the chat right now, JoJo and Noah are both human. They are pissed. They are probably right now walking down the sewers room, and they are going to be fucking throwing hands. I shouldn't have swore on the air, but I don't care. They're going to be throwing hands. So anyway, as Timid is celebrating, crossing second, and Toss by Shout in third. Again, those 2 disqualifications really helped Toss. So I'm going to throw it to the floor here. Our new boy, I'm sorry, I don't really remember your name offhand, and Fretchy, anything worth noting?
Well, I mean, it's my first Formula 2 race that I watched in terms of league racing, and it was definitely exciting. One thing I have to note is the sound of those F2 cars, the engines and the blow-off valves on those. Oh, absolutely amazing. I can listen to that all day long. But in terms of the racing, it looks like, you know, there was a couple of drivers that were struggling straight from the start. Other drivers that, you know, were doing really well, like Noah, and then just had these unfortunate disqualifications towards the end. So it was very exciting from my standpoint. I really enjoyed watching it. There was some good battling going on. And, yeah, it was pretty exciting.
I hate to cut you off, but Todd Rod Brooks is also Tom Rod Brooks. I keep calling him Todd, but he's also joined. So there's going to be more competition in this field for this sprint race coming up next. But Cross only gets 1 point on Toss, so the gap is now 4 points. Toss still has advantage. As for Trident BWT, Trident does gain a little bit of advantage because both Noah and either one got disqualified. No points for either. So a 1 point gain for Trident on BWT, but I believe BWT still has the advantage in the constructors. But I don't know offhand my math on that one. So anyway, as we wait here for the next race, even drier, even sunnier than the last one, so no chance of rain. No Belgium heroics it will be, so it looks like it'll be a nice, clear, dry race for the field.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if any of the guys that had a little bit of a tougher time in the feature race come back at it in the sprint race here and put on a show for us. Especially, you know, those who were absolutely fuming after that last one, like Noah. And who was it that the other one that got disqualified? Was a Cross? Yeah, I'm sure they will be coming back with a vengeance in this one.
I don't know if Tom's going to get a seat because he can't join during... maybe he'll get a seat, maybe not. We'll see if he gets a seat, but I definitely know L1 will get one because he joined this right time. Let's see if he gets in. Actually, I don't see him on the list. So neither of them going to get a seat.
Looks like they never got to see.
Someone just ran up the rear of Silencer. I think 8,000 just punted Silencer over the start because Silencer didn't go.
Gosh.
Good start, boys. Good start. But anyway, I forgot to do the rundown. Fidef will be starting pole position after finishing 8th with all the disqualifications. Jose, even though he crashed above that safety car, will go P2. Silencer, who now will be sitting on the grid with his with the naughty stool on, and the naughty stool will be 3rd. Soko Braze will be 4th. 8,000 also on the naughty stool in 5th. Toss My Salad 6th. Cross 7th. Timid 8th. The Dunstan 9th. Pedro in 10th. Vice Shang in 11th. Did he join back? I don't think he did, so he's an AI. And then Noah 12th and either one 13th. Painful for Noah and either one to have to start even behind the AI too. Just rub salt in the wounds. So again, I'll throw the question to the floor again. What do you expect out of this race? Do you see possibly Death holding on or Silencer, or do you think that Cross, Toss, or Timid will be able to charge their way through the field and win this race? We do have 11 laps, 2 more than Belgium.
Yeah, I mean, it should be interesting. I'm expecting to see people like Timbed and possibly Cross and Toss My Salad making their way through the field. Feed Death had not a very good time in the last race, but he's now starting on pole position, so, you know, let's see what he can do.
I mean, he's looking for vengeance. I mean, it's been 3 races so far in this doubleheader, and he's done pretty below average to his standards in all 3, so he's going to be looking for something good to happen here. Well, at least a good one he can hold his hat on. So So if there is an opening in Tier 2, a team maybe won't sign him. Jose in second, trying to show why he belongs in Tier 1, or at least show some good speed for Tier 1 tomorrow against the draft. Soko Brazy in fourth. Yeah, so right now, toss across our two championship fighters. I guess you could say Tibbet has an outside chance with the points. He's going to need a miracle. But yeah, cross and toss, all going to be fighting here. They're going to hope it's anything you can do, I can do better situation. As they are now lining up here and going to get into their grid slots, as 8,000 silencer are already waiting for them. Again, their engineers must be fuming.
I'm gonna keep my eye on Timbet here at the start because he was one that bounced up about 4 or 5 positions on the start of the feature race, and he's now starting in 8th, and he was the winner of the previous race. So let's see what he can do now.
As they all line up to his spots here, we'll have again warn the viewers. There will be a couple AIs, I think. So Shang will go off the line. So excuse Shang when you see him. Everyone else will be waiting. So we wait for the 5 red lights. And then the Italian grandma, as Vaisheng is going off.
Nonna has a spec to switch.
And she has, and now we are off as we are waiting here going to turn 1. I think VDEF got a relatively great start there. It looks like Silencer got bogged down going to turn 1. Is it going to go 3 wide here going to the first corner? That usually doesn't work well and doesn't end well. Someone gets pushed off wide. As it looks like they all relatively kept it clean, except the biggest loser there would have been Silencer, who just sank like a stone from 2nd to 9th. Oh, 2 drivers are around, hard licking the wall. 8,000 and Pedro just moved that wall back probably a couple inches, and we have a safety car.
Another safety car has come upon us, so top 8,000 RPM, rough cross for him.
That was a hard lick. Hard lick.
And once again, there Timbet from 8th up into 4th from a couple of corners.
And a great prediction, great prediction from Glenn there.
Big winner.
Timbet, a talented driver.
Yep, VDEF, Soko. I'm shocked young Chef Staff was still in the lobby after all this. But VDEF, Soko, they held on, and Silencer sunk like a stone. But the biggest gainer is, you said Tibbet. Jose lost some ground, but looks like everyone else kind of held position. Or at least did okay. Maybe actually Noah's worth though, because he went from last to 7th. So again, like the last race, made that great lunge up corner 1 and gained a lot of spots. Now the question is, since you don't have to pit for the feature race, does anyone maybe jump? I think everyone's on mediums though, so it wouldn't make sense to pit because you'd be going on a tire that's probably not going to make it 10 laps. But
yeah, I wouldn't be pitting if I was one of the drivers right now. I would keep my track position here. I think the safety car is going to be pretty short as well because the whole field is right up together there.
Oh, well, speaking of, no, VDEF swerves out, but Soko Brazy goes down pit road.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so Soko, VDEF pit, and Soko
the only driver to pit. Oh, Pedro is going along with him, but I think he has wing damage.
Yeah, he had wing damage from that collision race out, so he had a pit, and he also sped in pit road, which I say this every week, especially on a safety car. Why do you speed? You gain nothing. You gain nothing. Why go aggressive on the brakes? I don't get it. I never will get it until I'm on my deathbed, and I'll still probably won't get it. So anyway, VDEF, not going to pit unless... Could there be a situation, depending on how long the safety car is, something similar to the last race, where you wait till the last minute to pit and get some softs? Because the soft window is probably 6-7 laps. We're on 9 to go. If it goes around another lap, it'll be 8 to go. So, maybe.
Yeah, Sogo and Pedro both fitted on another brand new set of mediums, so they are definitely not risking the softs at this point in time. But let's see if anybody else might jump into the pits at the end of this lap. That might be interesting, just like we had it in the feature race, but I honestly doubt that.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, because you get like 3 to 4 laps of advantage, but they're going to fall off a lot quicker than those mediums. And you're going to have to work your way through the field, so you're going to feel that dirty air, the tires are going to get more hot. It's not worth the bloodbath. I lost the race in Russia where I pitted and I was in the middle of the pack and then got caught up in someone else's incident, and that cost me dearly after leading most of the race. So, yeah, track position is king, especially in these lobbies. You never want to deal with someone else's garbage. As no one is going to take pit road, so yeah, no one else is pitting. The safety car will most likely come in this lap, as Pedro's really off the pace. Okay, he did have wing damage.
Yeah, now this is really gonna get spicy here because it's gonna be a nice restart. The whole field is bunched up together. They're pretty much on the exact same tire strategies except for the two guys at the back. So yeah, I'm expecting to have a really nice quick race here today.
And Soko pits again? Huh. I does he think he can make it on soft now? But he's fed in pit lane, so even if he does, he's gonna have a 5-second time play. What's his end game?
Yeah, I don't know. Should probably just DNF in the pits.
I mean, yeah, it's like what Slotty Bang did, I think, was it last week? Where he pitted lap 2, put the wrong tires on, and then had to pit again. Logic. Sometimes you have to check those that little HUD screen, make sure you have the right tire on. What's Soko Brazy on? He's on another set of mediums. What is he thinking? So he pit from mediums to mediums to mediums. Unless something happened that we don't know, that makes no sense.
And it looks like he fitted a used set of mediums. So he went from a used set to a brand new set, back to a used set again.
And no, the thing is, that's probably the used set that he started the race on.
Exactly, yeah, because it's showing 2 laps that he's already done on this set, so he said he did the 2 laps, and then switched to a new brand new set, and then put it back on again.
The point of the pit stop, and he got a 5-second.
It's a George Russell sort of situation, I guess. Maybe they put on his teammates' wheels on.
But his teammates retired from the race? No, it's Silencer's teammate. He's an ace, so I guess. I don't get. Sometimes I just don't get the logic. I guess
safety
the more.
Safety car's coming in.
Nope,
no, the safety car's staying out.
It's staying out because Soko Brazy decided to pit again. He's the reason why we're waiting. And also, Pedro is not even caught up yet, so. Again, no takers. Now I think the softs could make it, or at least risky, but I guess no one wants to risk it.
A lot of firsts for me today in the booth. First F2 race, and now first time that I see somebody fit on a used set that they started the race on back onto the car just half a lap later.
Yeah. This is probably the first commentary gig I've done in these F1 lobby leagues, and I don't think a lot of people have seen that. Either that's pro gamer strats, or he just was not thinking.
Hashtag eSports.
Yeah, hashtag eSports. Soko Brazy, this is your moment. You've been roasted. Now, if he listens back to this, he's gonna probably sue me. Who are you saying pro eSports moments? Anyway, as safety car's gonna come in this lap, I'm confident it will. As Def's gonna get jumped, but Timid's gonna be on his third. Wait a minute. Was Timid in second? Wasn't Jose in second? I swear it was Def, Jose, Timid, Cross, Noah, but Timid now P2 and he's able to keep it, so I wonder if something may have happened. That's gonna benefit Timid regardless, but.
Yeah,
Def stops on track as he passed the ghost of Ice Shang, and oh no, this may be a problem.
Def, he's gonna get
we may see some paddling here because of that.
He's gonna get a 1 or 2 LPs for that one. But anyways, Timbet is now taking the lead. Jose's in second.
And this is going to allow some spacing in the field too. Toss and cross. Some of them are not able to catch back up because of what Death did. So, Death's trying to get a spot back, or at least get close. Now he's just thinking, all right, safety car's in. Here we go. Timid P1. Rest of the field. Death, again, smart decisions here. He's going to try to make a move on Cross for third. You know, she's probably leading the race. Going to try to make it the outside. Jose's also going to make a move on Timid. They're both going to go side by side, going to turn 1. Around the outside, both of them try it. And it looks like neither driver ever succeed, but Def's able to not get inside. The Cross actually has a chance to get Jose if he's lucky. We do have a little bit of a battle in the back here, but that's probably the closest one we got. It's Cross and Jose are going to go side by side. Going to go up to, I don't remember the corner offhand, but anyway, the point is it's going to be end of section, middle sector 1 here. They're going to go side by side into the corner. Jose's going to go a little weight on the brakes. He's going to push Cross wide, and Jose's going to hold on to the spot, and Cross is going to have to settle for P3. As I believe Donster just went around, no, Soko Brazy went around after going to the gravel trap there, so, and the yellow flag sector 2.
So Toss My Salad. Oh, Feed Death goes wide and Toss My Salad moves up the position. Feed Death loses a lot of position. He's down to 8 now.
This keeps getting worse for that kid. Anyway, Timid is just checking out. He's got a half a second lead on, no, 1.8 second lead on Jose. Cross Tommy is currently within touch distance. Toss's not that far behind him. He goes a little bit wide there. That's going to allow Noah in the trident. Cross Tommy's teammates maybe make a move and help Cross Tommy to the better of the championship. Is he going to go side by side?
Maybe side by side into Parabolica. Ooh, there's a little touching there going on too.
A little bit of wheel touch is okay as long as no damage is caused. As Tim sets the pass on break, and Noah's going to make the move. Now we have 2 more laps until DRS comes, and either one's currently also going to try to capitalize on this side-by-side between Toss and Noah. They're going to go side-by-side in corner 1 here. Toss and Noah still side-by-side. Noah's going to have the better braking here, but his teammate's going to go in. They're going to touch wheels. I bet you Toss McDowell's not happy that either one is fighting currently and made a move like that. He's just probably off the Christmas card list.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of drivers are having trouble with the braking points going into turn 1.
And they may have another move here, it looks like. Possibly, Toss McDowell's going to think better of it, but it looks like, yeah, Tim is checked out. And then it's a DRS train from 2 all the way down to 8th, and even 9th. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to the rest of the field. But yeah, Tim has checked out the DRS train, so he's all square, bearing anything bad happening.
Yeah, very impressive performance from him in both of these races, both in the feature race and in the sprint race so far, starting from way down in the field and making his way through the positions up into the lead. Now he's really nicely into the lead. Watching Toss myself, because I feel like he is a fighter here. I've only watched him for a couple of races, but he is putting on some pressure on Noah now, and they're both catching up to just Jose, so this could get very interesting in the next couple of laps again, as the DRS will become available.
They won't get it down this straight, but they'll have it for the next one. So, yeah, we'll need to see how much back and forth fighting we have. As right now, again, Jose is currently Kimmy's best friend, as Kimmy does such a fast lap of race. And now here in the camp, like he has said. As it looks like
Toss closing up right to the back.
Yep, and it looks like he's going to try to make a move around the outside. Noah gives him a little bit of a push and puts him over the rumble stick. No penalty for Toss. But he may have to get back in position. That's going to cause a little bit of a stack up. It's going to allow either one to possibly capitalize. So he just kind of stopped on track, and either one had nowhere to go. So anyway,
yeah, there was a little bit. Noah kind of defended there. It's a little bit debatable if it was a good defense or not, but it worked out nicely for him.
Jose has gotten within a second of Cross, so Cross not in DRS range anymore. So if he can keep that distance, he can break the DRS train. But since close, Pedro has left possession. Now Cross is back in DRS range. So it looks like right now the big battle we have right now is Toss, Noah, and then actually Don's maybe trying to pass Steve yet. So that's what we go. And then we have Cross who's trying to stay in DRS range of Jose.
One quick note I just want to make, Pepsi. Maybe adjust your mic a little bit closer to your mouth.
Okay. Yep. Sure.
Sounds a little bit quiet on my end.
All right. Yep. Sure. Hopefully that will do. Can't really do much about it now. We'll have to worry about that for tomorrow. But
yeah,
we'll try to fix it for now. Anyway.
I think it was just the way you had it adjusted. Sounds good.
Okay, that's good. Anyway, Toss is going to try to get Cross in the DRS range, but there's no way he'll make a lunge. But Toss could have a chance here on Noah. It looks like, again, you'll see how aggressive he is on the brakes. He's limited things from 8,000. Really aggressive. Ooh, not enough to do anything with, though, but really gets close. As they're going to be still 1-2, and then either one is also on the back of
Cross Tommy is right on the back of just Jose now.
But that's not worth noting. I think that's so crazy. As we cross Tommy and Jose are side by side. I believe you were saying that, Fred, and Jose's able to hold position, but I think Tim may have cooked the sand because I saw a little bit of kick up a gravel. Not enough to really affect anything, but worth noting that he's going to lose some time to Jose and Cross. Oh, it's Cross is really great. Oh, Jose's around! And he lost his wheel!
Oh,
that's the VSC!
The exact same place that he lost it just a race ago.
That was
VSC.
Yeah, there was no touch between Cross and Jose. Jose just lost on his own. So, nothing he could say. There's no Ericsson hit us moment here. Now here's the question. No, because no way the VSC makes it or they can hit. There's no way they'll hit it.
Yeah, we're going to see guys start pitting for the soft compound. I think.
Unless the VSC is long enough, I don't see that happening because Tim would be the only one to make the lunge. But does he want to sacrifice 3 seconds?
See if Timbed goes out. He stays out. Is Cross Tommy gonna dive in?
He's thinking about it. He's slowed up.
No.
Noah. No. Toss. No. Either one. No. And I think we're actually getting going now because it looks like they're speeding up. So
I think if Timbed would have dove into the pits there, it would have caused a chain reaction. But with him staying out,
I think it would have been
a split.
I think it would have been a split field, to be honest. I think like Cross would have stayed out because there's 2 laps left. Cross tops myself. It's a 20-second time penalty. No, Toss. No.
Yeah, I thought he was going a little bit too quick there on the straight behind Noah, and I guess he didn't time his restart as well as he needed to.
He only had a 4-second lead, a 4-second advantage in the standings, and now he's going to sink possibly like a stone. Oh, that's not good. Championship moments are built in clutch situations, and that he may not have had a tie. He had a chance to have a tie for a moment, and he just lost it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Cross, I don't know 100% knows because I don't think Toss is on his radar screen. Maybe it is. So he may not know right now Toss is 20 seconds. If I'm the engineer, I'm not telling him. Because that may cause him to relax. So anyways, look where's the rest of the field. We do have a battle for 6 between Speed Death and the Donsta. Donsta is looking for a good show in the last race. They're going to try to make a move on the outside. Clips the grass, keeps it straight, but he's going to go way too hard in that corner. He's going to clip the sand pit, almost to a metal. Spinning on the inside here. Yeah, 2 laps to go here. Timon is 3 seconds on Cross. I don't think Cross is going to catch him. He's trying to call it a 2-3, and Toss is 4th, but that's not going to be P4 for long. And so either one will be de facto P4. The thing is that VDEF is 10 seconds behind either one. It's not going to be enough, but if something bad happens to VDEF, maybe. Because right now, Toss is going to be de facto 8, depending on what happens. Unless I think Pedro's an AI and Vice is an AI. They're both 20 seconds behind Toss. So we can see what happens when he types the scoring curse. But anyway.
Yeah, at the moment he's still battling for position with Noah. He's still closing up to the back of him. So even though he's got that penalty, I think he just wants to get as many positions out on track as possible.
Get as much time advantage as possible because if someone spins it or bins it, he may be able to get one more spot because he's going to lose a lot of points to Mr. Cross Tommy.
Yeah, it is at least he's got to at least stay in the fight of the battle for the constructors since it is against Noah. It's a position gained on him is good for them in the constructors championship.
As either one goes way wide there, because yeah, Trident's going to get a better points haul here than as Feedef is 3 seconds from multiple points. Now Feedef's 13 behind. So, again, anything's possible. As anyways, Timid will start the final lap of the race. Dominating race here for Timid. Just done great so far.
Lap.
Got one more lap to do, so I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. But if you can keep it clean, this is I don't know if it's too little, too late in the championship standing. Again, anything's possible. As you have the L5 Sector 3, I think someone spun. I think that is actually the Donster, so there's a chance he could actually toss it to 7th. If he has to pass Noah for 3rd, and at least a chance for a team to test Noah for 4th.
Yeah, and both of them have 20 seconds of penalties, so they are pretty much battling for position right now.
Noah has a 20 seconds. I didn't see it pop up, though. Okay.
Yeah, they both got the same penalty under that BSC.
Oh, okay, so that's interesting to know.
You can check under the detailed penalties.
No, I did. I didn't see it fly up, so I thought he already had 3 seconds of cutting, so that's why I didn't think. As either one gives him a little pass, so either one doesn't have to do anything here. Just stay behind. Don't pass Noah. It isn't worth it.
I think he's gonna go for it anyways, though. Let's take a look. He's right on the back wing of Noah as they're coming into Ascari. And he's going to go down. He doesn't know he's not going to outbreak Noah on this one. But Noah goes a little bit wide. He's going to get a bad exit out of the first fight. Oh, and toss into the wall.
And he's retired. Oh my
no.
Toss. Toss. No.
On the last lap in the Ascari with pretty much one more corner to go. Oh
anyway,
my goodness.
Timon wins the race. Cross Tommy will finish 2nd. Toss myself, just Mika Hakkinen in it. Oh my god. Noah will cross line third, but either one will get third for the penalties.
Oh man, that was a great call there from Glenn with toss my salad that's going off there. What an end on the last lap there, just binned it.
Oh my god, Toss, no. I feel for the mad lad. Actually, Feed Death will pop up to P4, so, I mean, good for Feed Death. He finishes P4, that's the best performance he's ever had in this league.
Oh, well, I gotta say, that was interesting doubleheader we just had. Some crazy driving going on, but nonetheless, it was entertaining.
It was. I mean, Toss just, at least the one positive, if history repeats itself, Mika Hakkinen crashed out of that race in Italy, and he ended up winning the championship that season, so if the fates align again, he may be looking for something positive at the end of the season, but we'll see. But again, congratulations to our winner, Timid. Didn't put a foot wrong all race. Beautiful drive. Should be proud of what he did. Cross Tommy, good recovery drive. Will retake the lead in the standings because of what happened to Toss My Salad, as Toss My Salad currently joins the party. And in third place was I the One because of Noah's time penalty. So, the constructors is still closer than ever. I have to do math sometime later, but for right now, it'll be interesting to see how they score it.
Wow, what a mad race.
You can say that.
So we got our
oh wait, someone's echoing. So, yeah. Someone might want to fix their mic, because that would get kind of annoying with a bunch of mics.
Either one, maybe. Crudity, maybe mute your mic for a second.
It's good.
Alright, we're good. Alright, so, yep, that's our finishing 13er. Timid first, Cross second, Either One third, Feed Death fourth, great race for him. Silencer fifth, another good performance after having a chaotic doubleheader here. Noah sixth, Donster seventh, Pedro eighth, Shang ninth, and Toss My Salad rounds up top. So he'll at least, I don't think he DNF, he won't even get a point, but, so yeah, and then Soko 11th, Jose 12th, and 8th 13th. So, welcome to the booth, Toss, Crudity, and Timid, correct?
Yes.
Right. So, first of all, welcome. You all did, Timid, you did well in your Italy race. Toss, you did fine in Belgium. You could say performance in Italy. And Crudity, you did well in the sprint race of Belgium. Gee, there's been so many races today. It's kind of getting a little bit my brain.
You kind of caught up Either One with he had a brilliant performance in the feature race.
It was the feature race. It's been a while. Bai Sheng won the sprint race. Yeah, Bai Sheng won the sprint race. So,
so anyway, if you want to start off the questions probably with Either One.
Sure, yeah.
You can go ahead first.
Either One, it's been about an hour, so I'll see how much I remember from the Belgium race, but, you did alright. You did good in the, Belgium race. You did relatively well. I guess, let me just go through how you, felt during the race, is my question. Like, I don't remember. I don't remember what happened in Belgium. I'm gonna be clear.
Yeah, why don't you just take us through it, Jojo?
Yeah, take us through it. I don't remember, man.
I mean, the adrenaline is kicking, so it's not gonna. It's not that I'm gonna remember much, but I know how I felt though. It was like a roller coaster, up and down with the emotions. So, when I got to when I got to P1, ended up in P1. I was like, sometimes I be tending to mess up. So this time I was like, I'm gonna keep my head down and I'm gonna just go straight at it. I'm gonna, just focus in tunnel vision. And then boom, it paid out. I tried to stay calm the whole race. Before the race going into it, I was like, stay calm. The whole qualifying thing, I started first. I had like P3, I think, and then after the one shot, it put me to fifth. So I was like, just stay calm. And then a couple people wiped out. And then it gave me the opportunity, and I just ran with it.
Yeah, I can remember. Yeah, I can remember that feature race. You really you kept it tight for like 10 laps. I think you were leading about. So
yeah, and then
the Bai Sheng crashed out of the lead.
You had a lot of pressure behind you. So
yeah, that was a chaotic race. But yeah, that was your first win in a UN eSports sanctioned event. So good on you.
Right. Yeah, thank you.
As for Mazda, I guess a good question is we'll go to the second race here. Because Belgium, it was a wet race, and you were somewhat in the middle. You had some good fighting there, and you did relatively well in the second race in Belgium. But for Italy, we'll throw in the Mazda question here. You were pretty much battling through the midfield almost all day near the top half, and you ended up getting a podium in the last race here. So I guess my question is, with Toss and Noah both having 20-second time penalties, did you feel like you had that aggressive need to push? and pass?
Nah,
Or did
nah,
you
I
just
didn't.
did you want to just wait? Because I know you looked like you wanted to pass him just to prove a point, but it felt if I was in your shoes, I would have not tried it because it feels like something could happen similar to what happened to Toss. Sorry, Toss.
Right. And yeah, when I saw that they got the 22nd, I was like, oh, all right, that, you know, it's gonna work out. It sucks for my teammate, but it'll end up working out for me. And then Noah was in front of me, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna stay calm. I'm gonna push a little bit. I might try to get by if I have the opportunity, but it didn't present itself. So I was like, I'm gonna just stay behind, you know, just take the P3, with, you know, and he's gonna have the big 20 seconds that he got for the incident. So I was like, I'm gonna just lay back.
I guess my last question is, unless someone, I can throw the question to anyone else here, but I'll throw one more question out here. Is that with what happened in the first race, the featured race, with the disqualification? What's your opinion on what happened there with the tire compound fiasco? Because I know you and Noah both were angry in the chat, so I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, me and Noah were going at it right there. I was gonna run off with it, no cap. But I think that's completely on F1. That I don't think. Yeah, I think it's totally on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just take it. I have to go see the stewards about that, and we're gonna see how it plays out. Hopefully, I get to keep me and Noah. You know, he gets his little PT whatever he had, and then I get to keep my spot.
I'm honestly thinking your teammates probably hoping that you don't because he gained more out of it for the championship, but we'll see what he thinks in a minute.
Thank you for that, Crudy. Good job, congrats.
Thank you guys. Thank you everybody back at the factory, you know. Belgium likes me, I like Belgium. That's how it goes.
Alright man, thank you.
We'll go down the
I'll
line
probably
here.
take it over to Timbed, who won our sprint race here in Italy. Blinn, do you have any questions for
Yeah,
Timbed?
Glenn, I asked a lot of questions, Crudy, so you can take
Sure.
it forward.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tim, that was pretty impressive. And it seems like, you know, in both of the races, in Italy at least, you started towards the back of the grid, but then just first lap, you were making up positions really quickly. Tell us about it from your end.
I'm fucking exhausted. But yeah, had got qualified up in the last sector, like lost at least 3/10 there, but got a good start in both races. Had luck that I didn't get taken out at the first turn, like in the sprint race, and then from then on just head down, focus on that race and get it done without any penalties and stuff, and it worked out.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it did.
Congrats to you on that. Pepsi, anything?
I'll admit I walked off that question, so I don't know what really he asked. So I'm just gonna say that was probably a good question.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. But do you have any questions for Timbed? It was just he kind of went over his race. But what I wanted to ask you actually, Timbed, was that battling you did with Cross in Belgium. How are you feeling during that? That was crazy to watch. And it was a long race. It was a long race in the wet. I can't remember. Did your tire puncture? Or no, you actually pit on the. You had pit on the.
Yeah, I got a rear left puncture like at the fast left before the chicane.
That's what happened with that spin out.
Yeah, we were both
I
on
was
decam,
I was
think,
expecting
so.
my tires to blow up at the last lap, but I didn't expect them to blow up, and I didn't expect that tire. I was expecting the other tire to blow up, so I was completely like, "What the fuck, this tire now?" So I had to pit. If that tire would have blown up just before the corner to the pit entry, I wouldn't have lost like 15 seconds or something. And I may have still got onto the podium with the softs because I was flying on them, even though it was like half a lap.
Yeah, 100%. You just missed out on the front runners like Vice Shang, who got a puncture. If you hadn't got that spin, we would have caught them. And yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, I've got the stream on my side, like, and you guys just were screaming like, "Oh, he got a puncture, and he got a puncture, and he got a puncture."
I will.
I was like, "Oh yeah, wow."
I will risk in my comments. I think I was like, "What are you? Why is he pitting?" I didn't see the puncture, so yeah. I guess that was a smart decision. Because you had a nice ding-dong battle. They were cross shades of me and.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. I was loving that battle.
Great battle, yeah.
All right, so
anyways, congrats, Timbed. Thank you again. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, Sunday, the tier 2.
Oh, that would be close because I'm maybe not there, but I hope I will make it.
Well, yeah, we're looking forward to season 2 with you anyway. If you can't be there tomorrow, we'll see you in season 2. Anyways, toss my salad. Tell us what happened there last lap.
What, with the penalty or my crash?
No, the crash.
Your crash.
Oh, I was just trying to go for it, really. And, maybe if there was someone like 20 seconds behind, I could pass them. I think I went for it a bit too much, and,
Just
put it in the wall.
Lost it there through Sky.
Yeah.
Because you had like, you could have just salvaged it. You would probably finish P7 and just. And I don't want to rub it in, but I was keeping live math up with you, and you were down, then you went up, then you went up and stayed up, then went
Yeah,
higher.
I was doing the
7,
same.
4, 1, 5, 3, and then it was like now you're like 10 down. So it's not bad, but you basically all the performance you like the doubleheader you were so good, and then you just lost all the ground you gained. You basically went to the casino. You played blackjack, you won a little bit, you're winning, and you put it all down, and you lost. And now you're going home empty-handed.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great, but I mean, I think I got quite a lot of points. I think, especially in the
in
feature
total, you
race.
got 1 point less than Cross Tommy.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, right. It's
So
not
actually, so you
as
basically
bad as I was
you're back to 8
expecting.
points. So you're basically a
Yeah.
net loss of 1 point. But I do have a question. I know it's taxing for a while back, but when Timid and Cross and that Belgium sprint race had that ding-dong battle, you were kind of close. And then it looked like you lost some ground. Was your car set up well for the wet, or was it a situation where you just ran the dry setup to see what would happen?
Oh, I didn't actually have a wet setup at all, so I had to run the dry one. And I saw about lap, so I think it was 9 laps in the sprint race. I saw about lap 5 that the tyres weren't going to make it if I kept pushing, so I backed off completely.
We did
and
notice
it's still, yeah, I backed off and didn't really work, but
because I commented on that 1 second lap loss where I saw it. I was like, you lost a second. I'm like, did he spin? Did he lose the back end? So I'm like, makes you wonder. But yeah, then you ended up spinning anyway on the last lap.
Yeah.
And limping.
I was 8,000 RPM was right behind me, so I had to kind of push a bit, which then ruined all the conserving I'd been doing. So,
Sure enough, he didn't even get a puncture. His tires made it, so I don't know what black magic he has for tires, but you should probably invest in that.
yeah, my tires never last, especially UNF2 in Zandvoort. My tires went, so I don't have the best luck.
Well, again,
Yeah, well, thank you
luckily
to toss my salad. Yeah.
You still got plenty of rounds.
Thank
We got a
you.
couple more rounds left, so remember, Hakkinen spun in Italy '99, still didn't win the championship, so don't take it to heart.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, there's 3 races left, so anything could happen, really. And I'm
Cross
excited for
looks human.
Zandvoort. I would say it's probably my best track, so
All right.
I'm
Well, that's
looking
good.
forward to
That's
that
good. That's good to
specifically.
hear. Well, yeah, I just want to
Not so
say
much
thank
for
you. Say thank you to Blinn as well. Sorry for maybe some subpar driving today, but maybe we'll look forward to
not
having
at
you
all.
in the
Yeah.
yeah,
we'd love
maybe
to
we'll
see
look
you
forward
back.
to having you in the booth for maybe our tier 1 or tier 2 races in the future.
Or maybe
Yeah.
another
But,
F2 race if we can, because you did.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
well.
either one. I would be very happy to join. And yeah, thank you guys so much for having me here. It was a pleasure, and it was a lot of fun racing. Even though it was a little crazy, I think it definitely added to the show. It was really entertaining. So yeah, thanks again, guys, and congrats to all the drivers.
Yep. So for Blinn, Fretchy, and then myself, ROP Peps Freak, we are signing off. Next week will be, I believe it's Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken. I'm assuming it's going to be.
It's Sochi, I think.
It's Sochi. Okay, it's Russia, then
we're
Netherlands,
going to
then the
Russia.
fan vote. All right. Okay. I should pay attention to my own product. Anyway, on that bummer, it's time to end. So we are signing off, and we hope you join us next week in Russia. Thank you and good night.